Show.
Yes, it is.
You've heard all the other wrestling programs. Now it's time to listen to the guys who aren't booty.
It's hashtag WrestlePals.
There ain't no stopping us now. We celebrate on the floor. Top down, we're ready to go. To all the people across every nation, turn it up and give me some more.
Woo! Whoa, whoa. Not woo. Whoa, hey. Hold on. You're very good about sharing out to like 30, 40 different
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to get one out here. Okay?
Yeah, how's that line? Ellie likes the line.
The which?
Good evening, Jenny Zell.
Oh, hey.
Saying hello.
Oh, hey. Very interactive show tonight. Completely interactive. Much like some of us on shows.
What?
Hold on. I'm going to concentrate. One thing at a time. I don't know. Watch, man. There we go. That sounds like a good plug, right?
Uh-huh.
There we go.
I don't know. Watch, man.
It sounds good when you say it. I like it. Oh, headphones are on. It's immersive. Hello. Hey, everybody's hashtag WrestlePals.
That's us.
Welcome. Enjoy, if you can, if you dare, if you dare. Hey, he's full of himself. He has every right to be so. It's hashtag WrestlePal Justin. Are you feeling good? Don't you quote Jeff Jarrett lyrics to me. What are you doing? What is that thing? Put that back up there.
That's the guns.
Can I check for real?
You want to check the guns?
I want to see if it's loaded.
There's no guns.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I just wanted to touch it. It's fine.
Heyo.
Hey, everybody. I'm hashtag WrestleBal. WrestleBal. It's a WrestleBal. Hashtag WrestlePal Nate. Go with Nate.
Let's try it again with some confidence.
Where do I get that? How about instead we do it with some science?
Yes.
What am I doing with that? I got my Slurpee.
Kane Kenny. We'll get to this, I promise, but this is funny. I still think Extreme Rules should have been Great American Bash or Bash at the Beach. We'll get there. Because we are clearly going to be talking about extreme-ish rules today. I need to take a sip of this design. There's some breaking news that we need to get to.
Oh, God. You're too happy.
There it is. Oh god.
We licensed exactly 48 seconds, and that's it.
I always forget like how good the mango guava is.
It's surprisingly good. I hate mango, but there it is.
Oh, so
It's-
good.
It's drinkable. I'm hashtag WrestlePal Nate. That's me. What's up?
It's closer, I guess.
So
It's
who?
passable.
So who should I aim for? Like Cesaro?
What?
No. You can't tell Rio? Is that who we should aim for? Yeah, but I thought the whole idea was you're supposed to like the person.
Oh
in
yeah,
some
yeah,
way.
you're right. I thought it was Naya. You giving up on that? Because
You got to commit first. I never
Yeah,
had a
you
phone
you
lock
don't-
screen with her on it.
you don't have.
See,
What was
that's the
that?
thing. I mean, I think that's the beginning of it, right?
Yeah. Let me clear out these notifications. Don't
Mm-hmm.
give a crap. Don't give a crap. That's
Give a crap about- There's your doctor. The test results are in. I don't care.
that's some hashtag commitment, Jack.
Uh-huh.
She's
That's
adorable.
It's your phone lock screen. That's
God, yeah,
fantastic.
That's my lock screen.
What's
Is that
up?
too subtle? Like I tweeted that. I tweeted that the other day. You're my lock screen. Is that too subtle?
compared to the other people that tweet at one you only live once.
Did you see the one I put in there today? This morning?
Was that this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did.
Ugh.
Oh God.
Ghouls. They're everywhere.
Not ever. Okay. Quick backstory. Justin has this weird, unhealthy, very unhealthy. Don't you stay. I'm just giving him backstory. This is catching them up. He has this horrible obsession with Liv Morgan, all right? It started as a joke. Then it became kind of a thing. And then he started learning about her. And he's like, I think I really, like if I knew her in real life. But at least he had that distinction there for a while. But that line has been slowly blurred and faded and bent in weird and interesting ways. But somehow I find it kind of enjoying, but also I'm kind of worried about my, I don't know, friend. I don't know what that word means.
It's the first time you've ever called me that.
I wasn't talking
Getting
about
serious.
you. I wasn't talking about you.
Nate's broken.
I mean Liv Morgan. Yes. Broke and broken.
Try that yes again. You didn't say it right.
Yes. Is that one you want? Which one you
guess.
want? Yeah. Yeah.
That
no,
works too,
I
I
don't.
guess.
I don't like positive half-ass Christopher Walken. I only like negative half-ass. No, I'm comfortable with. Yeah. See, it doesn't work. So he has this unhealthy obsession with Liv Morgan, and it's been a fun joke for a long time.
Unhealthy and/or obsession. I don't
And/or?
Those are.
No, I'm sorry.
Those are
Unhealthy
not-
obsession.
those
You're
are not
right.
the-
Let's condense. You want to be a little more succinct with the
Those are not the
verbiage.
Not the words I'd use to describe this.
Mm-hmm. And for some reason, that I'll allow the
Obsession. It's a crush.
the young squire to lavish you with. He's full of himself,
The lip-
and I would enjoy an opportunity to
in science.
crap all over that. I really would.
Can't do it.
No, sir.
Good luck. Good luck wiping the smile.
What
off
am I
my
gonna
face,
do?
Jack?
Bring you down?
Can't happen.
Not today. So anyway,
Can't happen.
with that, he started tracking the various ghouls that follow various women professional wrestlers,
Just to see.
with particular attention to his one and only love.
The
Weird
love
how
of my life.
those words get confused nowadays.
Mhm.
And she has just the finest ghouls that follow her.
It's true.
Uh,
So you saw this morning's.
yes, this morning where a man chided her.
Yeah.
It was something along the lines of, "How dare you post another picture? I'm now going to be forced to touch myself in various and sundry carnal
You
ways."
said that way
Mm.
better than he did.
Well, I think anytime you start a sentence with "I'm a grab a lube,"
Yeah.
like not even a definite article, like
She posted that photo
a fine photo. Hi, this is my face.
all up in your face.
I enjoy being made up, and I like having a positive image. I'm putting it out there, just what I look like. I'm
response was
young and affluent, lovely, and I'm a masterful mistress of social media. Shit, that sounded eloquent. I don't know how that happened.
My response.
Your response was, I like it a lot.
It was the Jim Carrey. I like it a lot.
Playful.
Jiff.
What?
Jiff. And Jenny said she doesn't want to see people arguing and discussing about that anymore. So I'm caving. It's Jiff. All up in your face.
this week.
So I like it a lot.
It's-
Was
it-
my response.
like I'm treating this like it's your birthday week, Justin. I'm letting you getting away with some stuff because I got a feeling this is better than a birthday week for you.
Yeah.
So you responded.
is-
I like it a lot.
I like it a
Very,
lot.
very. You're acknowledging.
Mm-hmm.
You're showing your approval in a healthy, kind of cute, little weird kind of way, right? There's nothing harmful about it. It's as far as social media goes, it's
It's harmless.
well above par.
Yeah. I was trying to find the exact words, even though I really don't want to read them.
The exact words.
Yeah.
D-
Here it is. I found it.
okay, I haven't asked.
Found this
Are we
cool.
breaking out dump voice for this?
I don't know if I
Ah!
can you just stop? Every time you take a picture and post it, you force me to grab my bottle of lube and just bust one out. Last time you posted a picture on here, not this time, I almost got caught by my mom of all people.
Of all people.
Had to respond. Had to tweet that.
Yeah.
They had to tweet that.
Oh, they did.
She posts this picture, and I mean, you know,
it's a fine picture.
A lot of people are stealing my Donald Duck heart gimmick, which is kind of upsetting. But
How do you think Donald feels?
what can you do? But
But
she posts this picture, and somebody has to respond with that.
and like it's not like here's my butt in the picture or anything. It's
Yeah.
like here's my face. Like this is what I look like. This is how I present myself.
Yeah.
My public face. Oh wait, no, it's just my face.
Yeah. I of course also retweeted with comment. Oh, hey.
Bust one out. It was
gross.
nearly caught by his
Ellie,
mom.
what the f? Ew. It's so gross. Like, I don't know that there's ever an instance anybody could post anything where that would be my response.
I just hope like jobs start like want your social media just and check it a little more thoroughly. Like, no, I don't like this person. No.
You want to watch a smile come over my face real quick? Like it's impossible. And we'll get into this a little bit.
Hold
deeper.
on, let me take my shoes off and get ready. I'm
So
literally
watch
taking
this.
my shoes off.
You click my followers, right? Chanella's Pizza. Chanella's Pizza
What?
followed me. Yeah. Chanella's Pizza followed me today.
Is this just your hatred of Mr. Schnatter?
I do hate that guy. And
I know
he's
you hate
finally
that-
getting his comeuppance.
Cool, man, but still, is the fact that Chanella's is following you on Twitter based solely on the fact that you hate? Man, I hate that
maybe.
scoliosis looking son. I knew it. Knew something was dirty about you. You look like a Schnatter. What? What's his name? Chanella's follows you.
All right.
Proud day for the Wilson household.
Yeah.
Good on you, Justin.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Now that's enough of Twitter. We've covered
Nope.
everything that. What?
Watch.
Watch. Oh, God. Oh, I hate you. Happy.
Just makes me happy.
Oh, the fact that I hate you're happy. Who's that? Liv Morgan. What? No.
Check mark.
Hold on. Hold, please. So you got followed by another fake Lady Wrestler account, right?
No, well, yes, but like that was a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago.
Yes, and.
I've been followed by at least 4 fake Liv Morgans, 2 fake pages, 4 fake Liv Morgans, a fake Daniel Bryan, and a fake Nikki and Brie Bella.
And I don't know who better to sub in for a partridge than a pear tree. And how to make
How about
tree.
Danny Partridge?
It's not a wrestler. He didn't, did he?
Well, he did the boxing. He
How
may
about-
have done like
how about
Hulk
Jose
Hogan's Celebrity.
Canseco?
Yeah, apparently he's about to be.
What?
Blam! Look at that. You guys probably can't see that, but
Liv Morgan doesn't really like follow anybody, actually. Right? She doesn't like anything either.
But she
right?
definitely doesn't like very much.
Very good.
You can scroll her likes. There's not very many. And she's explained that before. She doesn't like anything.
This makes
Look at
sense.
that. 902. She's following 902 people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a decent amount.
No, it's
But
not
one
when
of
you
those
have. Oh God.
is me.
Sam,
It's me.
that's you.
Makes me so happy.
This is when you stop retweeting a bunch of dumb garbage. Sorry, Russell Pals, beat it.
No way.
I gotta do daily affirmations with a lady. What's up? Guess what I resisted doing after seeing your face?
Oh, jeez.
grabbing various bottles. My mom could walk in here, I wouldn't give a shit. What are you doing, Justin? Nothing. Respecting women. How are you today, mother? I'm fine, thank you, Justin.
She followed me, Nathan.
Your mom?
No.
Oh, does your mom?
Yeah. But Liv Morgan followed me. I love her.
I just like that. Your mom follows you on Twitter?
Yeah, she
It's
does.
the best. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. You know why? Respecting I don't know, man.
Blam. So happy. So am I.
Why did she follow you, Justin?
Well, I've been telling you about the challenge for I don't know. a month.
Telling
Yeah, and you know,
telling me about the challenge.
a bunch of people have done it, and you know, going out there and shouting one thing in particular. I love Liv Morgan.
Even when I know it's coming, it doesn't make it any easier.
I may
doesn't
have
it?
just woken up Matt too. Is he all right? No, he's fine. I'm watching the Disney videos on YouTube.
He's unconscious.
Oh.
He's unconscious.
Hmm? Yeah. Yep, there it is. Perfect timing. I borrowed your bullhorn, and I took a walk up to the Wawa.
Does she have an official? Because apparently every wrestler has a position on the Sheets versus Wawa debate. And do we know her stance?
I don't know. It might be a little bit more even now because she just went to Sheets for the first time this last week.
Ew.
So I don't know.
It's unfortunate. Now you got to break it off.
No.
Word.
Are you out of your mind?
Unfollow her. See what happens.
Uh-uh.
Now it's where you play hard to get, Justin. Justin's playing way better than hard to get. He's playing hard to find. It's just hard to remember.
I guess.
Oh, hi, Justin. Patreon.com/Oh, hi, Justin.
Go there. You can help me. Help me help you.
A night you'll never remember with moments you'll probably forget.
Let me,
Oh, hi, Justin.
let me go ahead and just click those followers again and scroll up and
Justin.
Yeah.
You took the bullhorn up to the Wawa.
yes, I took the bullhorn up to the Wawa and I informed the people
Mm-hmm.
all the way in the back.
He made a very polite statement.
Yeah.
He sounded
Ladies
very
and
much. Mm-hmm.
Your attention, please.
Oh.
I love Liv Morgan.
Oh.
That is all.
Okay. That's it. Okay. That's it.
For the people in the back.
And that was what you titled it, for the people in the back.
Mm-hmm.
To which she not just retweets, but
Retweet with comment.
with comment for the people in the back.
For the people in the back. What? And then she followed me a little while later.
Okay. I don't know if there's like a single word to express the solitary emotion I'm feeling here. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's all bundled into there's hate. First of all, it's a good thick base of hate. It's like I'm making a 7-layer, I don't know, thing. It has 7 layers or so. And
That's a burrito?
the base layer is hate.
I don't even know why
It's where I
hate. That
begin.
doesn't make sense.
That's where I begin. This is me. This is what I'm bringing into it, Justin. Hate,
Okay.
and then a weird pride, because I'm weirdly proud of you. And then 5 more layers of hate.
I don't understand the hate. What's the hate? Why?
I don't know, man.
Because I'm happy? Because she's happy? I could slide up in them DMs, man. If I wanted to be that kind of ghoul.
Oh, God! Ah!
Watch. I mean, I'm not going to send
Don't.
one. I'm not going to send one. 'cause
There's
I
a
could be
level
that
of
kinda-
respect that has to be maintained here.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to do it. I'm just showing you that I can. Oh.
God damn it. Like, see, that's the thing. That's the
I
beauty
wouldn't
of
do
it.
that.
You wouldn't use it irresponsibly. And
No.
that's wonderful.
No.
And then 5 layers of hate.
I don't-
Base of hate. Then a weird sense of
just don't
pride. A
get the
weird
hate.
sense of pride. Like, oh, look what he did. And 5 more levels of hate. A 7-layer hate.
Ellie has it right on the nose.
Hate Zanya.
It's meant to be, Nate. Just let it be.
Hmm?
It is meant to be.
What's the 7th layer? Hell. Oh wait, no, that's the 7th level. There's a base of hate,
Beans.
weird sense of pride, 5 more levels of hate,
Is the 5th one beans?
7.
And where's the guac?
It's the sides, like the sides. You get the little weird cup of black beans, then it's like you eat them, and then there's the juice, right? The little juice, and you look around to see if anybody's looking. You're like, I don't know.
Sorry, it's not juice. It's
Black,
science.
the black bean juice is fantastic, but they always give you like a weird little cup. It's like, this is for condiments, or this is black beans a condiment? All of a sudden, it's weird. And then guacamole.
Mhm.
I say the full word because it and I are on a more formal basis. I don't know it that well. Guacamole, you got to pay extra for.
She makes me smile.
She looks. Oh, for Christ's sake, she looks sleepy.
Yeah, she was on the plane.
I hope that's not her real voice. Not that we've heard it that much yet.
Yeah.
I hope that's not her real voice. I hope she just goes home and is like, oh, thank God. I can finally drop the act.
It's very Jersey.
Oh,
I
God.
know from watching her Instagram. Very Jersey.
What was the real name? Gianna?
Gianna? Yeah.
Gianna. What's up? Hi. She's just got a lot of post-nasal drip just all the time. And that's why she sounds like weirdly nasally as a character. For Christ's sake. I'll add an 8th layer of hate. I got plenty to go around.
I don't understand I still don't get the hate. I don't understand.
Oh, you'll get it.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Can you just be happy for me?
That's the weird level of pride. It's way deep, but it's there. Hi, my name's John. God,
How dare you? That's not Jersey at all.
South Jersey. South Jersey, near Carolina. It's right next to each other, right?
So now I have to figure out.
Jersey, Florida, and Carolinas.
I have to figure out the next.
Oh God!
What the next? Because
Is there a next level, or do you continue the level? How can Justin? This is a question for.
I got to break through.
No, for the court later when this comes up as evidence.
She followed
First of
me.
all,
Hey, wait a second.
I am not a party to this. In fact, I met my legal obligation to report to whatever authorities were necessary. But I don't know any
No.
Jersey, the magical
She
land.
followed me, which must mean
That's
I'm
right up there
okay.
with officer. She hit me first.
No.
It's okay.
What I'm saying is, I must be okay. I must not be like. I'm not like most schools.
Okay, look, you had that line in your pocket. Okay, you know what? You know what you get? You know what you get? Hate, weird pride,
Right?
actual pride, and only 4 more layers of hate. Fucking math. I'm not like
Ellie's
most.
got my back.
I'm not like most schools. Yeah, well, she's gonna have to help with your retainer for your lawyer.
For what?
For what?
For
No,
telling
you
her
tell
she's
me.
pretty? And that she makes me smile?
Yeah, that's exactly what like the courtroom is gonna look through this. It's like, well, okay, there's various ghoulish behavior and perfectly acceptable, normal in this day and age, in fact, expected on social media. You go out there as a woman or even a minor celebrity, and you're gonna be ghoulishly followed and lavished with things you don't want lavished with. Like lavish is usually a good word. In this instance, no. Lascivious lavishing. But then they're going to scroll through and there's going to be Justin Wilson with just, hi, I hope you have a good day. And they're going to be like, nah, that dude's up to something.
So I should just be ghoulish? Is that what you're saying? Be like,
You said Jersey, right? I don't know. She might like that. Girls seem to like that, right?
Nah.
They don't?
Nah.
Okay, so it's probably a good thing I never tweet or do anything on social media.
Because you would just be like, goy, constantly.
I'm just going to tweet that to every celebrity.
Goy,
Male,
goy.
female, no matter what era they were a star in, fake accounts. I'm just gonna type goy. GOI period. GOI period. GOI dot. Not stupid. Dot. Aga. And that's it. Goy. Aga.
I swear there was Jenny comment.
Oh no. My mom caught me.
Jeez.
Christ.
Oh,
I hope your
so
mom
gross.
catches you, beats you, drags your pantsless body out in the street and just like holds you up for the neighbors, like brandishes you, like it just look at him. This is my son. And you feel bad? You've brought shame to your family.
That's pretty extreme, Nathan.
Extreme-ish.
Extreme-ish. So Extreme Rules happened on Sunday.
What? Did it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we wouldn't know because we haven't talked since Wednesday.
Dude, okay, look. There's my excuse.
Oh, okay. Drink your Slurpee.
I'm gonna drink the Slurpee. Slurpee makes me feel better. Like, coming out of Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank was, had some stuff.
It was fun.
It was fun. It didn't lean exclusively on the
ladder match.
the gimmick. And it had a lot of good stuff supplementing the card. Going into Extreme Rules, what was it supposed to be? This isn't even nitpicking. I'm not saying bad show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying you're going in there specifically saying gimmick show, here comes the gimmick show, bring on the gimmicks. In fact, ever since the last pay-per-view, which has been a while, I'm digging the longer format between the shows. Ever since that last show, it's been like, describe Extreme Rules in 30 seconds. And they go through the various stars, and they're all like, and they went with that because apparently that's what it was. What is Extreme Rules? And that was
goes to Ken's, right?
yeah.
I think he made that point earlier where he said it should have been Great American Bash or Bash
I'm
at the
telling
Beach.
you, man, that would have been great. I love a theme. I love a theme so much. I saw you tweeting Fozzy earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to do that deprogrammed?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Dude, yeah, how much I struggle with bands that I dig.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's okay. Sorry, this is
You
stank
hate
in
the
there.
Fozzy.
I don't hate the Fozzy. But here's the thing. Anytime
When the lights go out. Yeah.
doesn't really help with the big lights, does it?
Nope.
I hope that shut the computer down. But I love
Hey,
I
we're
love a
up
theme,
there.
and it doesn't have to be in the matches. It doesn't have to. The wrestling is the wrestling, and the stories are the stories.
Mhm.
I don't like when the gimmicks kind of get in the way of the storylines. Too often it ends up like, oh, I'm gonna have you at Extreme Rules in a steel cage match because it's Extreme Rules, and I guess we have to do a freaking steel cage match instead of a just. When I say that, and like steel cage was like my favorite thing. Sometimes the gimmicks get in the way, and when it's natural, when it happens naturally, it's okay. But those big gimmick shows, you can feel how unnatural things get. It's almost as if the wrestlers are like, "Oh, I hate this guy. Well, I hate you too, and we're fighting over this thing." Ooh, and then it's like, "Oh, well, guess what, guys? It's gonna be a TLC match." Oh, Jesus, man, it's not that serious. Christ,
Hate him
like
that
we're
bad yet.
athletes. Like we're not gonna murder each other. I mean, I want him to surrender, not be handicapped from here on out. You know what I mean? And the other guys just, yeah, man, yeah.
We've talked about this pretty much since this show started to exist.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's been one really good Extreme Rules match since 2012, and that was Brock and Cena. And I just think Extreme Rules, it doesn't need to be called that. It's never even really been that successful of a pay-per-view as far as like major matches coming out of it.
Do we have any shows left that are themed? I mean, let's take the big four out of it because
Okay.
those are kind of they're meta in a way. They kind of define what they are by being what they are. Survivor Series is Survivor Series, and I've enjoyed that they've gotten back to the weird theming on it. I like at least a Survivor Series match with some sort of consequence. And I like when it ends up being kind of like the baseball all-star game. It's like, well, so whoever wins, that's going to who hosted, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Some sort of consequence behind it or something coming out of it. WrestleMania is WrestleMania. Royal Rumble is Royal Rumble. It's about that match, and that's okay. That's a big theme going towards it. But those intermediary ones, or interstitial, the ones in the middle, goddammit, those ones, the more they heap on them and don't let them just be a show, the more hackneyed and more forced they feel.
Well, it's funny because
And especially Money in the Bank being immediately followed by Extreme Rules.
yeah,
I feel like those two end up canceling each other out. Money in the Bank was good. I feel like it got taken away from by having Extreme Rules.
last
Are we
year
gonna go right to Hell in the Cell next, for Christ's sake?
it wasn't so bad because Money in the Bank was SmackDown, Extreme Rules was Raw,
Right.
so it wasn't so noticeable. But this year, it's co-branded,
Mhm.
so it stuck out even more again. That
Right.
we Money in the Bank fits still because there's consequences. We have those ladder matches. We're gonna have a Mr. and Ms. Money in the Bank. Like regardless of who they are, whether you like them or not, those matches are going to be good, and we're going to have something to show for that pay-per-view, those hours that we're putting in
Right.
afterwards.
And the beauty of that one is that it's becoming a theme that has consequences, and you build into it. And there's qualifiers going. What's up?
Hold on. I like that one.
Yeah, I know you do. I
Kane.
know you do. Have the theme kind of mean something, and it's
Agreed,
okay.
Kenny.
It's okay to have pay-per-views that don't necessarily have themed gimmick matches.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, I like a theme for the show. Matches and the matches, theme is the theme. And one got brought up there in the chat, Great American Bash, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it always had a different vibe to it. That's one where it's like, if it's an outside venue, I'm so friggin' happy. Because it feels different. I might be like kind of running Great American Bash and like Bash at the Beach, like all kind of together.
Yeah.
But I like that if it's going to be something different, have it be something different without it affecting the storytelling or the match type. And that kind of stuff I'm okay with. But this two back-to-back that were so similar in theming, the one felt natural, and then it felt a little too much trying to be extreme. And then
it wasn't.
even worse, yeah, that's where I was going. Even worse than being kind of forced is when it's kind of half-assed.
Yeah. Well, and it stinks because Extreme Rules, it was a good pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Like, it was enjoyable.
you call that in your house, and I'm all of a sudden excited.
And it's funny because I think if you call it just about anything else, it works. Because even the Roman match didn't get shat all over. Like, even the Roman match was serviceable.
Mhm.
Like, it was in the right place. The crowd didn't destroy it. Like, it worked. Everything about it worked. I think the Extreme Rules part is what destroyed it.
That match didn't even have any stipulation, did it?
No, it was just two guys fighting,
Two dudes
which
fighting.
was great.
It's great, yeah.
Roman finally not fighting from underneath, just fighting.
Yeah.
Dig it. Throwing Lashley around.
Okay, look. Now, a month ago, one of the most beautiful things happened, and it's going to be one of my favorite wrestling moments of all time. And it's always something small that I enjoy. And that's Roman Reigns is in the ring, promo gets cut off by music, and I'm like, whose music is it? I have no... who the hell is this? And then you see Bobby pop up on the screen, and it cuts to Roman's face, and he just mouths, Bobby Lashley? And that just summed up exactly how I felt about that whole thing. It's like, even Roman is like, but here it is like a month later. I care about them, Justin.
Yeah. It's weird because the pull apart is done. Like, it's been done. It worked for me. Got me fired up for that match. And then Roman not fighting from underneath, like actually fighting. Like
He looked more dominant, and I gotta tell you, that's a better spot for anyone to be. He's a big, capable dude.
Yeah.
Have him look big and capable. And guess what? Look great.
You know,
And as a result, it gave Lashley a little something to overcome and stand up against. And also, he didn't have to go. He wasn't that far friggin' underneath either.
no. It
Big
was
dudes doing
almost
big dude
even.
stuff.
Yeah. Two dudes fighting,
That's why I built this pool. Sorry.
Dudes.
I'm gonna do the whole goddamn song. Go ahead. I forgot the song too. It's 30 seconds long. Why can't I remember it?
It's not even that long.
Is that it?
I want to see some naked dudes. That's why I built this pool.
Is that it?
Bidoo.
Cripes. Okay, I'm gonna throw out two words. You tell me if you want this.
Okay.
Halloween Havoc.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not anti. Halloween Havoc?
Look, as long as it stays out of the matches, I don't care how far over the top the theming of the thing is.
Mm-hmm.
When they had Samoa Joe's Roadside Cafe or whatever the hell that was in that one pay-per-view, we're like, oh,
Great
cool.
Balls
So,
of Fire, yeah.
yeah, Great Balls of Fire. You know what I liked? Looking back now, I liked Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
It was awful theming. They stuck with it. Samoa Joe's Cafe. That shit made me happy. I was like, oh, cool. They give the chunky dude the cafe. Sweet. Thanks, man.
And then Joe and Brock way
Ah.
over delivering.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And guess what? The theme had nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost would have preferred this be Great Balls of Fire,
Like-
even though it was stupid.
I would take Great Balls of... At this point, the
Yeah.
fact that I'm having to say this, I will take Great Balls of Fire. As long as, like, the original Sheik isn't popping up in every match. Burning his beard hair. Ugh.
Kenny put King of the Ring out there, too. Love to see King of the Ring back.
Dude, I love a tournament.
Love a tournament.
I almost...
Especially a one-night tournament.
I almost kind of wish that they called that UK tournament the King of the Ring.
Yeah, right?
I mean, it seems to fit, branding fitting with the what they're trying to reach, but also at the same time, I get the whole oh yeah, cool, UK King, we get it.
Ellie,
Whatevs, man.
Ellie on YouTube, I'm not liking these co-branded pay-per-view. The splitting of the brands 2 years ago is now pointless. This was the first pay-per-view where that was evident. Like, they did a decent job at Money in the Bank because the Money in the Bank matches had 4 and 4,
Right.
and like each show was well represented.
That's why it felt like one of the big four.
Yeah, and then
It's the 4.5 right there.
this one, it's funny
I give it a
because
4.
because I feel like I honestly feel like SmackDown is way surpassing Raw.
Yeah.
And becoming the A show,
Uh-huh.
and yet it was treated at Extreme Rules like the B show again.
Yeah, like you don't have your main title defended for Raw. I'm not crapping on Intercontinental match main eventing an event.
Yeah,
But still fairly early in that feud. I think there's more to it with Rollins and Ziggler.
yeah.
Potentially. Though, I mean, if they move Rollins on right now, perfectly fine.
I think they're gonna.
Cool.
Yeah.
Move it quick. I'm fine with that. If you want to make a transition of a title and make somebody look dominant, get the previous champion out of the picture quickly as possible.
Rollins and
One rematch
Drew.
out. Beat it.
Rollins and Drew. That's money.
Yeah.
That is a money feud that
Sorry,
doesn't need a title.
I would watch Drew McIntyre like fight a tree.
That's true.
Like big tree, small tree. I don't
He's a
care.
damn man.
If he just beat up a dogwood with his bare hands.
Drew McIntyre for Universal Champion. I don't care about anybody else. I want that man as the Universal Champion. He's great.
Man's
All right.
in it.
So, should we actually get into the? Because I mean, honestly, I think you're right on the money. You call Extreme Rules anything else, and I'm way more satisfied. I wasn't
Well, I mean,
dissatisfied.
it is kind of July, so Halloween Havoc kind of wouldn't fit. So.
Of course not. But like
Happy New Year pay-per-view. What's up?
New Year's Bash, they had one. They had a New Year's one.
And Taboo
New Year's
Tuesday.
Revolution.
Taboo Tuesday also wouldn't fit because it was a Sunday.
It was a Sunday.
So I think
Sunday.
I don't know if I believe your statement there, Joe.
Well,
Push on. I'm sorry.
just about anything else.
I see you flustered. Once I fluster you with like 3 sentences in a row, I see your face being like, all right, I just let him punch himself. Continue, sir.
Let's start with the pre-show
Oh,
with a man who is, and we talked about somehow SmackDown being the B show because both of the pre-show matches were from SmackDown.
how about that?
But a man who is showing his worth, like he's climbing really, really fast.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see it. Sienna Almas and
El
Sin Cara.
Idolo.
So they had the great match on SmackDown last week,
Yeah.
and then they have a return match on the pre-show on Extreme Rules, and it was outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
They have great chemistry together. It's the best Sin Cara has looked. Period. Last Sin Cara or this Sin Cara, both of them, and it's just
It's Sin Cara and Sin Cara.
yeah, it's nice to see. It's just nice to see him finally being utilized.
Yeah.
Like something that works. Like even Lucha Dragons, it was just kind of like, this is really just a vehicle to get Kalisto here.
And again, that's one of the SmackDown hallmarks of, oh hey, you're not at the top of the card. Yeah, we're gonna use you. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Oh hey, what's up, Ty Dillinger? Come on. Hey, we're gonna
big
put you.
spot 2 weeks in a row.
We're gonna put your face up like before we go into commercial. And guess what? We got a reaction from the crowd because they're excited to see
Yeah,
different and various people. Top of the card doesn't matter. Mid card, great. Bottom of the card, fantastic. Whoever you are, let us see you every once in a while. Don't give us the same people every week.
Sienna Almas and Sin Cara go out there and
Oof.
tear it up again in a,
Like a
in
good-
a pre-show match.
A good match of styles too, because I mean, Almas comes from the lucha background, but he's the more powerhouse lucha
Yeah.
behind it.
Yeah.
But this is the style he's worked in, and no. The two mesh together so well. It's like, all right, bring on the arm drags. I'm so excited. Here we go. And it's it's Liv again. Great.
Jeez, makes me happy.
I know she does.
I'm smiling. I can't. Good luck getting a smile off my face. So happy.
Did it hit you?
No.
Okay. Because that would be more embarrassing if I hit
No,
you
just
and
do
like
that.
you still kept smiling. Oh God.
Huh.
Almost. That is fantastic.
And
WWE had like an Instagram picture of him and Vega like both posing on the ring
Tranquilo
apron.
pose. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
And that's becoming a thing. People are doing Tranquilo pose.
Yeah.
So guess what WrestlePals may have to do?
Christ. What are we gonna have to do, Justin?
Tranquilo pose. Be awesome.
Is that what you want? Is that what you want to do?
That'd be fun.
Oh yeah. Look, okay.
Laying on our sides.
I'm not a good-looking dude. First of all, let's just start there, okay? What you don't want to do is like lay me out like an animal, like a bloated dead animal on the side of the road. It's not very what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, tranquilo. It isn't.
Huh?
It isn't. No. And no. No es tranquilo. Yes, it's Liv Morgan. She looks very happy.
Yeah, she does.
Mm-hmm. I can't commit
So
to like
do I.
I can't commit to hurting you by being ghoulish to it. I can't do that.
Mm.
We're like I'm not trying to toot horns or anything, but apparently we're the only two decent dudes. I'm sure there are more out there. Well, that being said, I'm not really on the internet. They're just kind of around it. I
Yeah.
circle the drain of the internet, and that's where all the
Good
people I
way to
know
put
are.
it.
But yeah, SmackDown utilizes their people better. So you got Sin Cara and Almas. Almas, who I was worried was going to get locked in NXT for a little while, and he had an amazing run in NXT. It brought out the character fantastically. And
Then they added
the fact that we've had that was the
Perfect.
magic moment.
Yep.
And you had the run with Aleister Black down there, and it's like I'm still trying to catch on to Black. It isn't quite there for me yet.
Mhm.
But man, he made Aleister Black look great. It made
Yeah.
me more invested in him, and it was fantastic.
Sienna,
And then he comes to SmackDown, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna mid card him. Here we go. Nah,
he's-
man, looks like they're throwing him up to the top.
yeah, like he had, I think his debut, he like was in a squash match,
Mhm.
and then he had like he's been on every week just about, and then he beat up Sin Cara a couple times, and then he had the match with Sin Cara, and then Extreme Rules, and then he's gone so fast. He had a match with AJ Styles this
Yeah.
week, and it was outstanding.
Mhm.
It was great.
Come up on the losing end, but I think this was like 14 minutes. I think it was.
Yeah, they had a solid amount of time, and it was like 5 minutes into the show because
Mhm.
Jeff Hardy came out and was like really fast on the mic.
Yeah.
So like by the 20th minute, you're getting to the end of that match, and it's like wow, like this.
You're still in the top half of the hour, man.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
New Day Insanity in a tables match.
Mm.
This was solid.
What a fun rub for them, man.
Yeah.
And look, Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf, they're some hungry dudes.
Yeah, man.
They're ready to like hurt me. I think they kind of like it too.
Yeah.
Please hurt me. I like Wolf more than like he looks like
He's kind of crazy.
please hit me. It might just be the weird post-apocalyptic lederhosen that he has on, but man,
He looks like Hollow Matt. Matthew Shrederick Holloman.
yes. I don't. Okay, you ever seen? No, that's too deep of a reference. So I'm gonna let that go.
All right.
You want to know where my head was going? You ever seen The Burbs?
Long time ago.
A long time ago. You know the kid that in the creepy house.
Yeah.
Like him in like lederhosen, but like buffed up as well and kind of like weirdly thick. Like if that dude from that This is where I knew my head was going. Sometimes I know when to cut myself off. Show him Liv Morgan again. Feel better?
Yeah, I do.
You know what? Liv Morgan just saved me from myself right there. No, hey, I'm not moving into your territory.
You're welcome.
Sarah
So-
Logan? She's lovely.
She is. She had a good showing on Monday.
Mm-hmm. She could do the headbutt spot.
Yeah.
Pop-up headbutt.
Yes.
That's that's like my favorite thing right now. It's like you got a ton of hair, so it's like I'm not even gonna get close, but it's gonna look really bad. Pop up, bam. So good.
So Sanity gets the win.
Send
Everybody comes out.
sir.
Everybody comes out looking great though.
Mhm.
Kofi's the one who goes through the table. Interesting story they're telling here with Kofi. Like I keep getting scared that they're gonna break the New Day up. I mean,
I saw that they like just hit their like 4-year anniversary as a
Yeah.
team. And 4 years as a team is forever.
it's unheard of,
Mhm.
especially nowadays.
And the three of them have said individually, like, no, we don't need to break up to
They
be
don't.
singles competitors as
they
well.
don't.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what worries me though, like that the company won't think that
Mhm.
that they have to have some weird breakup story to.
Look, I hope they have trust in them because they went to give them something. And they're like, nah, we got an idea. Can you let us give us a little bit of room to work with? And then I think they were given like a little bit of room,
They ran
and they
a
were
mile.
like, nope, we ain't giving it back. Bye,
Yeah.
bye, sucker.
Yeah.
Woo, pancakes. And all of a sudden, the rest is Sweet Leg.
Old Sweet Leg.
Sweet Leg is the best. He the best. Watch the ride-alongs; they're fantastic.
Yes.
Like I'm getting to the point where the network shows are I like better than the actual.
Did you watch the Table of Three from this week?
I haven't. No.
It was okay. So last week it was Alexa Bliss, Lita, and Trish.
Mhm.
Very interesting conversation. The one that was on Monday was Bischoff,
Ooh.
Bruce Pritchard,
Oh Christ.
and JBL.
uh
Oh my God,
Please tell me they yelled at each other.
a little bit because they're really good friends.
Uh-huh. Oh, really?
Yeah,
I can't imagine any of them like. That sounds terrible.
but that's what it was. Like they were allowed.
It takes one loner a-hole to.
They were They're friends, so they were giving each other shit.
Good.
And it was fun. It was a blast, and it was a really interesting conversation too.
Mhm.
So you can't go wrong with the network
Yeah.
for $9.99. Like I hate feeling like a WWE shill, but I'm serious. Like if you're a wrestling fan, it doesn't make sense to not have the network.
You know how much you dig when you get to see past the character and you get to see the personality?
Yeah,
That's what 90% of the network shows are of.
Yep.
All right, man, nobody's writing your character now. Just be you.
just be you. Yeah, and plus you get to watch 99 Nitro, which I've been doing again.
Okay. Well, I mean, they're not all hits, Justin. Sometimes,
So
you don't. It's not like ads on YouTube or anything. You don't have to watch those. You don't have to wait and skip. You
I've
could
got
just
news on that too.
pick something.
Well, once we get done with Extreme Rules,
Okay.
I got an idea.
Yeah. Why were those on the pre-show, man?
What?
Why were any of those in the pre-show?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
They could have. They could have easily been main show matches. But no. You got the. Do you have the card?
Yep.
You got the card.
I was
So let's roll on to that and let's see which Raw match should have at least been down there to at least let
So the card opens. This was an interesting choice to open: Deleter Worlds versus B Team, the Raw Tag Team Championship match. Not necessarily surprised with the outcome. The story all along has been the B Team being on a roll, and it looks like the story might be to make Deleter Worlds kind of more evil, to like make the deletion a thing.
yeah.
Because if they just win, then delete them. It's not that big of a deal,
Mhm.
right?
They need to be pushed to the brink of insanity.
Right.
And it ain't far.
No. Well, and I mean, you saw on Monday they
Mm-hmm.
they were like,
No, I didn't.
oh yeah, you're right, you didn't.
I've been watching live-ish and getting the full show.
Mhm.
I went to watch the Hulu version this week. Just threw it on because it was at the computer. Pop it up, no big deal,
Mhm.
right? You wouldn't even know that Bo Dallas and Curtis. You wouldn't even know that there's a tag team division on Raw.
Your new tag
Ridiculous.
team champions
New
The
tag team
B-team.
champions.
defending against, well, wrestling against the Ascension, who you never see.
Oh God! Again, you throw the Ascension up there every once in a while, and I'm excited as all hell. That's
Yeah.
a match I want to see. Why? I haven't seen them in a while, and I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we got 2 triple threats, which were good matches.
Mhm.
To give us a match we just saw at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
To give us a match that we probably saw at the last the Big Four.
Mhm.
So I'd rather watch B Team versus Ascension.
Yeah. Right.
Ascension get to hold their own? They
Yeah,
look good?
yeah.
Good.
I mean, they didn't look great, but they look good. And see, the B team, their wins, they're sneaking out the wins, not like in a heelish
And
manner.
that's okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean it
That's
fits the
just-
story better.
Yeah, it fits the team.
Yeah, they're winning. They're finding any way to win without cheating.
Yeah. They're not necessarily fighting from underneath. They're just underneath
Yeah,
and just happen to win.
yeah.
Did you watch the post pay-per-view
Mhm.
stuff? This is my favorite thing, and now is just leaving the network running after the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because that's when the best stuff happens.
Uh-huh.
And just Axel and Dallas celebrating.
Through everything.
Mm-hmm.
Through everything. The
Stupid Axel dancing. Makes me happy.
he was floss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure. I
Flossing.
guess. I don't know, man.
So B team beats Deleter Worlds. Not exactly how I thought it was going to happen, but like thinking about what the story's been, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Not as long as I thought it was going to be.
Mr. Perfect Sense.
Yeah. I think it was maybe like all of 14 minutes, and it's not very much a hot open. Like none of these guys work hot open style,
Right.
really. So I mean, it's not like I was like, ugh. But I was like, oh, okay, interesting.
I think they kind of get to a hot open in a different way. You get hyped for the Deleter of Worlds entrance.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. And then you get to see these two dudes who are overcoming all the odds, kind
Yeah.
of thing. So it's almost relying on the storyline to kind of be the hot open. But yeah, their match isn't going to be that. But that's okay. You can
It's
still
fine.
get excited for these dudes that have no business being here, but they totally completely do.
Yeah, absolutely. Up next was Balor versus Corbin, which I think easily could have been pre-show.
Yeah,
Not that it was disappointing,
there's zero ramifications for any of this whatsoever.
right? So why is it,
Neither one has to exert any sort of dominance to like move up a card or anything. Or with the Sanity New Day thing, Sanity is becoming a presence
yeah,
by taking out members of the old guard, if you will. Almas is getting a pay-per-view debut. Sin Cara as a tried and true hand coming back, showing you what he can do.
Mhm.
And instead,
and I mean, again, this is second match out, so again, I'm not expecting much.
right, and you're not mad at it.
No, not at all. Just I could have easily swapped it for the New Day match because not only New Day Sanity is a tables match at least,
Yeah.
so I mean, at least it has that going for it as against
I get a forced stipulation.
you have
It
Balor,
fits Sanity a bit.
yeah, but you have
What
Balor,
was the extreme rule for Corbin and Balor?
Corbin
vest on
has
a-
to wear a vest, yeah,
Vest on a pole match?
yeah,
Mm.
the Constable, and it's weird that
Who thought that shit would stick?
Corbin has never been better.
It's never.
It's insane.
It's
Because I've always kind of
best.
liked him, but he's outstanding right now. Like,
Yes.
this is the best thing that's happened to him.
He's been a smarmy a-hole like on various social media, and he's been great for that. He's been awesome at just trash talking, but you haven't been able to see that on television product.
Right.
I mean, you see him like at a live event, he's an ass. He's an ass.
Mhm.
He's a complete ass. Now you get to see him be an ass.
Yeah.
Because almost the character he was portraying as the lone wolf was very cool. He's off on his own, but he's also kind of whiny. And now he's still that kind of whiny, but he's an asshole on top of it.
And he has power.
It's great.
It's great.
He was
it's
working.
working.
Corrupted.
Yeah.
Now even more so.
Yeah.
And I like people being mean to Kurt Angle.
Yeah. It's weird.
Kurt Angle looks like my thumb.
Mhm.
He's the world's first Olympic gold Olymp. I don't know. Insert a thumb wrestling joke in there.
All right. Balor rolls up Corbin for the win.
Interesting. Which means it's going to continue on. Which means it didn't need to be a pay-per-view main event card.
No. It could have been. It literally could have been anywhere.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not mad at it. It was fine. It was serviceable.
Make
it
it
was
a
second
backlot.
match
Make it a
out. It was-
backlot brawl.
Up next, Carmella versus Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship
Okay. Look.
with
Okay.
your boy Ellsworth up in a cage.
I don't know if that's an extreme rule, but I'll accept it.
Yeah.
I'll accept it. So far, we're one for a lot. So now we're two. Two for. I'll keep track of this here.
All right.
So we've got two Extreme Rules matches out of how many matches? We've had two on the pre-show, and we've had deleters and
So
so.
5 matches altogether.
2 for 5. 2 for 5 on Extreme is that's less than 500. You're batting under 500.
Yeah.
Less than 50%. You do not pass. You do not collect
But I
$200.
mean, I don't know if you're batting. So 2 out of 5 is what?
You go directly to Impact. Sorry, Impact. I heard you were doing
450.
well. No,
2.
2 out of 5.
No.
2 out of 5. You're right at 400.
I mean, as a batting average,
Cool. This isn't
that's-
baseball.
okay. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
I mean, it'll get worse. But if you're batting 400, you're doing all right. Probably getting a lot of singles, maybe poking a double through every now and again. You're doing all right.
Hey, oh.
There's no hey-oh there. It's a
I don't know
baseball analogy.
baseball.
Okay.
Okay.
Carmella versus Asuka with Ellsworth in a cage.
Mm.
Nothing great here. I mean, but it went exactly as you expect because you got Ellsworth in the cage.
Heels never win shark cage matches. First of all, the fact that we have a track record of shark cage matches
Yeah.
now.
Right.
is
Recently, because Jericho was in one,
fantastic.
Enzo was in one, and now in NXT.
Paul
they-
Ellering.
Yeah, Paul Ellering.
Put an 89-year-old man up in a cage. That man is 93 years old, and you put him in a goddamn shark cage. Dangling a 94-year-old individual above a cage is ridiculous.
So Ellsworth, of course,
97 years old, and this man's a legend, for Christ's sake.
of course, Ellsworth finds a way out, and
I don't know how old Ellsworth is. Maybe we cut him in half and count the rings.
costs Asuka the match. Carmella retains and now has beaten Asuka twice.
As she, again, post-show, best thing. Carmella's character on the post-show show,
Yeah,
awesome.
I hate that she likes Rosenberg though.
No. If it was Rosenberg there, she'd be like, hey, where was that Sam Roberts? I like that Sam Roberts better. But it was Sam, so it's like, hey, where's Rosenberg?
Yeah, I hope you're
She was
right about
she was
that.
going to crap on whoever was there. She's a heel. and She knows it.
Yeah, but she was like talking about how Rosenberg says Mella is money because he's that kind of guy. And he'll be that kind of guy at the show instead of.
Big dog, boss time, money.
Anyway,
Well, you know what I can say about Pete Rosenberg? I'm going to say something positive about Pete Rosenberg, okay? I know you don't like this. I know you don't feel it.
you do that.
No.
Go
Put
ahead.
this down. I don't want to sully the image of her. One thing I can say about Pete Rosenberg, he ain't Jonathan Coachman.
No, he's not.
Coach makes me mad in like I want to turn off the TV way. Now I'm okay being mad. I like being mad. I like when you elicit a reaction from me.
Did
But when I see
that
hear
cut out
Coach,
from your Raw?
what's that?
Did that get cut out from your Raw?
Which part?
When
I heard one part where I was like, "Yeah, I hate when people talk about themselves," and then Coach says something like, "Yeah, I got to deal with it every week." And then it was like silence. Like,
Yeah.
bitch, we talk about you, like
Well,
you.
coming into the second hour, people told me I didn't get my word in, and then Cole just starts talking.
Oh
he
Christ!
just keeps going over him. He's like, I'm gonna get
Coach.
in. I'm gonna get it in.
Like
The best. Because
Like,
he's the worst.
for the fact that somebody is so bad that they make me want, like, please hit Roman's music, just so I can hear Big Dog over and over again. I'll take that as opposed to anything Coachman has to say.
Bam. Big dog.
Big
dog.
Big Dog, cool. Or I'll take boss time, dude, anytime.
Big news there too.
I'm keeping this two up to keep count.
Did you see that?
What?
The big news there with Bailey and
What's
Sasha?
the big news?
Sasha.
Oh,
loves
for Monday?
Bailey.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Where's it going?
Curious to find out. I hope it's leading to Sasha being ratchet. She's just trying to get Bailey to let her guard down.
I did.
But it's probably
the two
leading
of
to a.
Sasha's got a fantastic Instagram.
It's got to be a loser. Yeah, she does.
She had a picture of Snoop Dogg, her, and Bailey, and they were like, hanging on Snoop's arms. So she puts the tags on there, smart, intelligent, something or other, positive stuff on her. Snoop Dogg is like, whatever the snags, tags Snoop Dogg and like blah blah blah, and then under Bailey, ungrateful. So the tags are just like.
She
Wonderful.
also posted a picture with her from Haley, or with Haley from Paramore,
Mhm.
which Bailey's favorite band is Paramore.
Oh.
Just, it's fun. And she's like, dude.
Ooh. Ah. Crowd got a good ooh ah on Monday.
Ooh,
And they were behind it. They were in it. Take it.
Carmella versus Asuka. So
Oscar
Carmella retains.
in that cage was like, where is it? Shit, I gotta bang my head on. Bang! It's like, okay.
I'm
Ellsworth hanging from his foot. If I could
Yeah.
just get that 24 hours a day till he perishes, it's cool.
I'm curious to where they're going with that championship. It looks like maybe a 3-way because Asuka loses here, isn't there. on SmackDown,
Mm.
Becky Lynch is on a tear,
Yeah.
and she calls out Carmella.
The beauty of SmackDown there, man. Like,
Yeah.
hey, how do we build somebody? I don't know. Have them have some wins.
And I mean, she's
And they get to
tapping
show some
everybody
people.
out too.
That's
so.
great.
And in the meantime, Carmella's got a decent length reign here now too. So like almost a reign of terror to where people want to see her get beat soon.
She rubbed it in.
Yeah,
And that would be a feel-good thing. And I'd be so sad if Becky doesn't win.
she has to.
I hope they keep that chase on for a little while longer.
Yeah,
Like a three-way for like a number one contender, and she doesn't get pinned, and she's not involved in the finish, and she's just more frustration, and then she gets a little more aggressive. Something along those lines. I want to keep.
I don't want the heel turn, which
I-
is everybody's.
No, I don't
everybody
want a heel
always
turn.
says, "Oh, heel
but
turn."
but when faces conquer, they lose a little bit of what got you behind them.
Mhm.
Keep her in chase mode for just like a little bit longer, and I'll be happy because this Chase Becky is pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
And give her the mic whenever the hell she wants it, and
Yeah.
she'll take it and she'll do something with it.
Mhm.
And sounds good, and she's impassioned. She's a fantastic actress.
Becky not on this pay-per-view. That was the one thing I was worried about with the co-branding.
Yep.
And it was painfully evident.
Yep.
With Extreme Rules is like
Well, we
was
had
a
to get
lot
that
of people missing.
Balor Corbin match in there.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, again, like both of them, definitely it's a major storyline on Raw. So like I get
Is it,
it,
though?
but kinda. I mean, it's authority figure, and
Okay.
it's not the
I'm
story.
not shitting on your subject or like talking down to you. That's how I'm reacting to the storyline. Okay, I guess this is important.
I mean, I don't see why they had to have the match here.
Yeah.
That could have waited.
Yep.
I mean, it could have either been pre-show or just not even happened.
Or fantastic storyline to arc on Raw.
Yeah.
And have it continue this week and have it finish the next week. Those storylines that supplement the pay-per-view storylines.
So again, Carmella
two for
retains.
yes, Becky Balboa.
Yeah.
Which, as I almost hope there were people in the crowd like, I thought that her name was. They changed her name. She doesn't look Italian.
Up next, U.S. Championship: Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
I'm looking for a long classic here, like 20 minutes of goodness.
Nope.
That man.
I want. Like I hated it for all.
Can
the
I
right
just say
reasons,
something? Can I
obviously.
just say something just awful and dirty?
Mhm.
Shinsuke Nakamura hates dicks. It's nothing he hates more. Like
He hates your balls.
dude. Like careful. Ease up.
Like, I mean, I love this.
I did too.
It's a nice change of pace,
Mhm.
and it kind of puts the pay-per-view on pause for a second. Like as far as like this is kind of the close of this first chapter,
Mhm.
and you're expecting something. Like you just said, like a 20-minute classic. Like,
Right.
These guys are gonna go.
And yeah, this is the intro to this storyline.
Nah, man.
This is the close of the first chapter of that storyline.
Nope.
Boom.
Balls before the bell.
Uh-huh.
Crotch shot. Kinshasa like immediately.
Yep.
6 seconds. 1, 2, 3. New U.S. champ.
That's and you know what? When you get to a pay-per-view, that is a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Yeah. And then
I'm curious if this is punishment for the whole thing.
maybe.
And if it is, cool, man. You're still coming out looking good as a result.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good way to like
Yeah.
both punish and still make him look great, though.
Now, do we count a intentional crotch shot as an extreme rule? It wasn't necessarily a stipulation. I'm saying no. 2 for 6.
Yeah.
2 for 6.
Now your percentages goes drastically down.
Mm-hmm. Don't call me a fat ass, please.
You're a thump. Get my bags. Get my bags.
Christ almighty.
So Orton comes out.
Who?
Randy Orton off of his shoulder surgery.
That's the happiest I've ever heard you say his name. Usually it's...
Randy
Christ.
Orton
Ah.
was there to punch Jeff Hardy in the balls.
And then the length of time he took to say that. They had healed up and they were starting to feel better. The swelling had gone down just slightly. Nope.
Punch his balls.
I can't tell you how much I really enjoyed kind of weirdly aloof mostly face-ish Randy Orton,
Mhm.
but the goddamn psychopath Randy Orton, and more importantly, unpredictable. Like to have Nakamura kind of give a look like I don't know what's happening, man.
Yeah.
Hey, cool.
I'm out. So he punches Jeff in the balls
Happens.
a bunch, and then follows it up on SmackDown with a brutal beating of Hardy.
Okay. You saw the SmackDown, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Randy Orton just hates ear gauges, apparently.
Yeah.
You saw that thing, right? That was the most extreme thing that's happened this week.
Wowzers.
And we had a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules. Ugh.
That was intense.
Good for them for saying, hey, I hope Jeff was like, hey, Jeff's got an idea.
You gotta hurt Jeff.
Have you ever... we gotta make it good. Hurt me. Hurt Jeff.
Make sure you hurt Jeff.
So when I say help Jeff, it means something.
Yeah.
I'm learning. Good Christ. It hurt him all right.
Yeah. That was intense.
Yes, it
Love
was,
that.
sir.
So new U.S. champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. I dig it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it.
You know what? We had him in that chase for the WWE Championship,
Mm-hmm.
and we kind of wanted him to because it would look good. And he's one of those. You've got those guys that benefit from having have a championship, and some that like you see them and you're like they don't need that. They're over on their own. Braun Strowman doesn't need a belt. Nakamura is going to benefit greatly from this, and the U.S. title is going to benefit a lot from being with him as well.
Yep.
And I hope it's a long reign. I hope this gets. I told you my favorite U.S. title thing of all time was Cesaro
Yep.
crapping on U.S. cities. I hope we get Nakamura just being dismissive as all hell.
Bless America.
Yes, and I hope he goes, like, everywhere he goes has a little vignette of him in the town, like, this place a friggin' dump. Yeah, I hate this. Ugh.
I hope.
Back in my, I don't want him to speak 5 languages or anything, but I hope he has a pleasant coffee with Cesaro.
Who we should be seeing soon, I imagine.
Yeah.
I imagine the bar probably pops up here again pretty soon.
And you know what? We've had a rest from them.
Yeah.
When they pop up,
That'll
it's
be
going to be like,
exciting.
oh,
The bar,
yay!
yeah.
What's up? They're doing the thing. Hey. Oh. His hands are full. He's busy.
All right.
I've lost count already. It's like 2 for a lot. Stop
Let's
it. Don't,
see.
you don't need to count.
1, 2,
We'll-
3,
we'll
4,
do-
5, 6.
We'll do
2 for 6.
We'll do a recap of the
Up
recap.
next, Strowman and Owens in a cage.
That is extreme.
This was better than it had. There's no reason this should have been good.
KO Foley. Yeah, dude. Like, come on, KO Foley. Everything about this said squash. Like, why are they doing this? What are they doing? What is Strowman face? Is Owens heel? This doesn't seem like face heel storytelling.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna boo Strowman.
It felt like they're both getting kind of pulled towards the middle, at least character-wise, story-wise.
Which, hey, man, I'm cool with.
Yeah.
And it worked out of a weird understanding with Owens. Like felt heartfelt towards the beginning of this. I just wanted to congratulate you. You were dominant.
Mhm.
Please, and the whole thing. This feels like a writer told them to go with this. He's looking at me like he wants to eat me. It's like they're saying, "This is all you have to say, Kevin. Or you're gonna run your mouth. You're gonna say a lot of stuff, but you have to say this one." He's like, all right. Well, I'm gonna lay into it and make it sound stupid as it is. This is what you want? I'm giving you one line that I'm gonna say. Is this the one you want? I want to be sure. He says it in French just to make sure.
Mhm.
All right. Hi, he's looking at me. He's gonna eat me like food. I don't know, man. All right, back to real stuff. And made Owens weirdly sympathetic,
Yeah.
but also not the good guy.
No.
He's the bad guy with a heart of gold.
It's weird.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
And he didn't he do like and ring the bell. I'm trying to escape. Like right
Yeah,
away.
Yeah.
I love that.
And
I
I mean,
love
he
that.
even got over on Strowman a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Like, got some offense in,
Yeah.
which we hadn't seen Strowman in trouble in a while.
And I'm okay with it being in this situation. It's like, well, I've got the cage to use, I've got the toys to use, and this is the only way to hurt him is to hit him with a goddamn truck.
Yeah.
I put him in an ambulance, tried to murder the man. He's here. I put him in a garbage truck. Look what we got. Christ almighty. I handcuffed him. That didn't work.
He got out.
Got out or just acted like it wasn't even there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean more towards that.
And then I was like, whoa! Like immediately. I was like, no, don't.
Braun Strowman shouldn't be climbing anything.
No, first
He's
of
like
all,
a giant
no.
land creature. Like, you know how you like watch like the original King Kong? Not that you do, because no one ever has really. A gorilla climbing a building, you're like, okay, I get that. But if that was like a rhinoceros, like a 50-foot rhinoceros climbing a building, like, how the hell is this even happening? This is ridiculous. I understand the giant monkey.
You understand the giant monkey? What's he saying?
It's very eloquent if you take the time to listen to him. He's hurt. He's scared. He's in a place he doesn't understand. He's used to fighting giant weird insects and stuff.
Okay.
You know, yeah. So, anytime you see Braun Strowman climbing something, it's first of all, he's very agile and very, man, he's comfortable with his size. He's almost like a different creature, dude. And they ascended,
Yeah.
and I don't know what Kevin Owens is trying to prove,
Yeah, I don't either.
but
He's proving it over and over and over again.
that man had a family.
Is
That man likes zoos. Oh my God, he's broken in half.
Are they trying to unlock something
I don't
different in
know,
him?
man,
Like,
but you know what? He can do no wrong, no matter what he does.
no matter
When
what.
he's goofy and silly, I love him. When he's vicious and awful, I love him. Now he's like weirdly scared and in peril, and I love him. And he hasn't even changed that much.
No.
That all of those elements of that character are there, and that's who he is, just turned up.
Yeah.
And the mouth runs the entire time.
Yeah.
I got a feeling he'd be this good even without it, but it feels like a huge Jericho influence of like, hey, know what you're doing, why you're doing it, why your character does that, and run your mouth the whole time just to let everybody know exactly why.
Yeah.
And Strowman tosses Owens off the top of the cage through an announce table.
Yeah.
And good on Owens for being, I'm going to do a spot. Oh, we're not closing out the show? All right, we're going to make you wish you'd reconsidered that.
Yeah.
So,
King Kenny asks, so a cage match count as extreme? I mean, at this point, on this card,
if I'm counting that damn shark cage,
yeah,
then yeah, I have to count a steel cage. It's extreme-ish.
extreme-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
Extreme-ish rules.
What would you consider an Extreme Rules match?
Extreme rules.
Oh, yeah, it seems
Hardcore.
simple, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just give me one, like, give me the two old dudes that are a little rough around the shoulder, rotator cuffs, and they're gonna fight in jeans for some reason. Hey, the backlot brawl. Give me
You know, you had,
give me Roddy Piper hitting Goldust with a
I
car.
think Extreme Rules 2 years
Oh wait,
ago.
no,
was-
Goldust hit. Okay, never mind. I don't know why.
Extreme Rules a couple years ago was Jericho and Ambrose.
Jesus, that
Remember
was fantastic.
Yeah,
Yes,
well, and they were both in jeans, and it was just like,
two old men with rotator cuff problems fighting in jeans. That's all I want in life.
so,
That's a big difference from our earlier statement of two dudes
Owens-
fighting.
Owens
Uh-huh.
wins,
Owens, well,
sort of. Which Strowman responds, I lost the match. Could have fooled me.
I don't. Mm.
I don't know what they're doing.
They
I
never
don't
have to
hate
mic.
it.
They never have to mic that man.
Yeah, right.
He comes out and cuts a promo. It's like, shit, we didn't even mic. That's fine. He's okay.
Yeah.
I'm projected. Okay. Ease up. Christ, you're
Places are pooped.
Places have pooped. God, has he gone into that on other podcasts?
No.
Because I know I
but
heard
he did
that-
bring it up on Ride Along.
Okay,
When he
good.
was riding with Alexa Bliss.
I forget where I heard that story. I want to say it was.
I think it was
like
Jericho.
A Talk is Jericho,
Yeah.
but it was like one where they had the kind of half talking shop kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
thing, and they had Strowman in there, and he was just a big goof, and they're like, "Hey, look at the big goof," and he's like, "I'm big goof,"
I
and he
wish
was
that one's
great, and he was
still
just big dumb happy dude, happy to be there.
I like the talking shop ones
Yeah.
because they're bad.
Well, when Gordy shows up, yeah, they
Yeah.
get awful.
Yeah.
Let the boys talk. It's fine, Jericho.
Mhm.
Jericho. Nah, now he's not going to be on your show. Oh.
We'll see.
Um.
It comes to Fozzy. He might do it.
Yes. What promotion?
So
Fantastic.
Owens wins.
Owens wins.
Up next is the SmackDown Tag Championships, Bludgeon Brothers versus Team Hell No. Something we forgot to mention earlier is Team Hell No gets laid out in the back by the Bludgeons.
Yep.
And so Brian comes out to fight the Bludgeons on his own
Uh-huh.
and gets the hell beat out of him for a while.
He's so good at taking an ass beating and still looking tough. Like, who gets beat up and looks tough? That's a masterful face thing to do.
Yeah. Eventually, Kane does come out with a boot on his ankle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, this match was,
Yeah, they attacked his knee, put a boot in that ankle.
Well,
He had no dude.
they
With a big
slammed-
rubber mallet, and they hit a door and stuff.
Then it was on his ankle. So,
I
like,
kicked
it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
This was, yeah. I mean,
The man's a
clearly,
political candidate.
yeah. Clearly, this wasn't. They weren't going to put the championships on Team Hell No.
Right, they don't need it.
This is
Kane's got stuff to do.
Kane's got stuff to do. This was a vehicle to move Miz and Bryan,
Mm-hmm.
and to add some length to the Bludgeon Brothers' reign. So you've got them.
Credibility like crazy,
Yeah.
man.
You've got them tied up with Hell No for like a couple weeks, and now you can move them on to somebody else.
I don't know who though, because everybody dominant lately has been heelish.
It's gonna be sanity.
Yeah, but are you putting anybody as a face, or is this just two
It's just two.
dudes
Two-
fighting?
I mean, that's
But
essentially.
more.
It's essentially what they did in NXT. They weren't necessarily baby faces, and they stood up to AOP, and it was just like,
Jesus
we're gonna
Christ!
fight.
Okay, we good guys can't do it. Bring in the crazy folk.
Yeah.
Fine with that.
So I mean, that's probably what it's going to have to be, right? The chaos reigns. Bludgeons welcome that.
I love Eric Young. He's
Don't
great.
you? And then he talks like, well, that's more Strowman, but like his voice is insane, shredded.
Did you ever watch his fishing show?
I never watched.
He
his
has a fishing show. You should go watch it. It's just him being insane and fishing. Like a fishing show shouldn't be entertaining, but I gave it a shot and I was like, it's not like I went through the whole catalog or anything. It's like I watched a couple and I was like, that's
I like
cool,
Eli.
man. Yeah.
Bludgeon Brothers retain, of course. And then the eulogy. I was definitely there for the eulogy the next night or the Tuesday on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Dug it. Miz going in, as the kids say. Up next, I was so happy that this was next because I was convinced that this was going to be the main event. Reigns versus Lashley.
Oh, and you know what?
It got that-
Great,
it got
great
that-
placement.
It got that main event build.
Yeah.
It got tons of story. Rumor mill says Vince wasn't there, so that's why it didn't main. Vince wanted it to main. I guess Trips and Billy Kidman were in charge, and they said, "Okay, here, you guys are gonna go here."
Just go. Don't tell him. Don't tell
Yeah.
the old man. Just go.
So
Try. Hey, guys.
the match benefited from it.
How would you like an early? You want an early night today?
The match benefited from it because if you put them in that main event spot, and we'll
They
get
get booed out of the building.
absolutely, and we'll get to the main event spot, and talk about what happened there. But yeah, they didn't boo. I mean, they booed initially when Reigns' music hits, but they didn't do the normal thing that they do and just reject the match from the start because you can't. If it's a good match, you can't.
You gotta kind of sit forward a little bit. Go like, these two big ass dudes are gonna go. What's gonna happen here? This is gonna
Ellie
be-
says there was a locker room vote. I dig it.
Ooh.
I dig that even more a little bit.
Hey,
instead
and
of
you
the
know what?
executive
Even
decision.
if they wanted a main event, and they got placed there against their own wishes, it's still better for them.
Yeah.
Locker room vote.
Again, Lashley gets this big win.
Clean.
Reigns has never looked better. They have a really good match. I mean, this wasn't anything great, but like we've said for months, like the biggest thing with Reigns is his words aren't matching his matches. He's having fine matches, but it's him fighting from underneath and
I'm overcoming the odds. I'm the big dog.
There was nothing to overcome here. He just came and fought against Bobby Lashley.
Right.
Dig it.
And you know what? That could have been something they wanted to do with Lashley, make Lashley look dominant.
Mm-hmm.
He looked dominant by without having to be dominant.
Yeah. He didn't have
great.
to throw Reigns around. He just fought him. Dig it.
Yeah, almost as
they-
if they're two equals, and you're at the height of competition here in the WWE.
It works.
As if you're building up the roster to be something better than it is, almost as if you're SmackDown.
and it
Hey,
worked out better
figs.
for both guys.
Yeah.
Because I cared a little bit more about Lashley, and I found Reigns a little bit more credible.
I want to tell you. I'm gonna admit, popped for that spear.
Right?
Popped for Lashley's spear.
Yeah. Well, because it looked like it was gonna. I don't even like the spear,
I don't
but a well-placed one
Mhm.
still works.
against
Because
the,
it happens for Reigns sometimes too.
sometimes.
But they were setting up for Superman punch and spear.
Right.
Deflation. LOL, Roman wins.
Lols. But-
Nah, man. Spear from Lashley. 1, 2, 3.
And 1, 2, 3 clean.
Dig it. Up next, Bliss versus Nia. This is. Here's what I like. The last 4 matches are the 4 matches I could have seen main eventing.
Right.
Like, they could have been the last match. Any of these 4. I'm glad they went in the order that they did. Mostly. Mostly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Because I don't know.
It's a hard.
The way that it's booked, I don't know that there's.
Sometimes it's easy for us to go in and hate like right away, and sometimes it's very easy to go in and when it feels really good. There's no real wrong way, but is there a more right way? I don't know, but it still felt all right. Felt all right.
Alexa retains in an Extreme Rules match. So
Mhm.
that's what 8, 9,
Oh, I don't know.
4 out of 9,
Stop counting. 4 to 9. Okay, you got. If you got track, I got you.
I think.
You give me total. I'll keep track of how many Extreme Rules are there, and we'll count them the number of matches at the end.
Yeah. So Bliss retains. Ronda gets involved,
Mhm.
and I mean, there was again nothing great here. It's
Yeah.
I do like that it's an Extreme Rules match, and that they didn't necessarily hold back. You know, that they got to play with some weapons and stuff. And, I mean, it's still new for the women's division.
Yeah. It's hard to watch a little bit, but it's all right because they use them sparingly
Mm-hmm.
and kind of effectively. The whole idea is a little more to I don't want to say cover up,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like it makes what would be normally not as impressive as of a spot you're filling with something that's a little more over the top.
Mm-hmm.
So it accentuates those other things. It pulls up the whole match if done correctly.
Yeah.
Or if you're an old man with a bad rotator cuff, and you want to fight in your jeans for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, again, there's nothing amazing here. It's a decent match. It is what it is. Up next is the WWE Championship. Rusev getting his first and possibly only shot at AJ Styles.
Okay.
It happened almost exactly as I thought it was. But, however, it's hands down the best match Rusev has had yet. Far and away.
Sometimes, and you don't see this very often, and it's adorable. You can see him get like really, really excited, but kind of like a big dog, not like the big dog,
The
but
big dog.
but kind of like how a big dog would get excited when he come home and then kind of like knock shit off the end table and stuff. Oh, you can see him get a little it's a little up, and his whole attitude like picks up. And he's like bristling with like this weird positive energy, and it's fantastic. But at the same, I just spit on myself. At the same time, he's very it feels a little looser. He's not as locked into his style and his character. But I find it so goddamn endearing.
Yeah.
And when he's like full on face Rusev, it's like, yay, he's so happy. I'm so happy that he's so happy. Yay.
Yeah. Again, he had the match with Nakamura at Fastlane earlier this year, and that was his second best match. Like at that point, that was his best match to date, and then this way surpassed that. Can AJ Styles do anything wrong?
No.
No. Like he elevates, and here's the thing: like
He never looks like an underdog,
no,
but he never looks like he's perpetually 5% better than whoever he's in the ring with.
yeah, and he's a great champion.
Yeah.
I don't know who replaces him. I don't know who he drops that thing to.
I don't know that he needs to.
They're starting to put the numbers out. Like,
Good.
So like he's at I want to say 180. I don't know. Like he just surpassed Hogan and Bret Hart.
Who?
Yeah, and he's just sitting under he's sitting just under like one of Cena's reigns, and
Mhm.
so like he's getting up there.
Let him roll for a while.
He's like 16th longest, I think.
He's still got some good programs left, man.
Yeah, only with the return of Debray, you have that you can go to. You can go back to Nakamura eventually. You've got
I want-
Joe.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I want some. Oh God, I'd love that for me in the next direction. I want to see him go up up against some definitively dominant heels,
Yeah,
and because he can play fun either way, man. He can be a little dirty against somebody that's a little too clean, and he can be just clean enough against somebody that's dirty.
Mhm.
Like I said, it's 5%. He matches whoever he's in there with,
mm-hmm.
and it's wonderful. He always looks amazing, but he's just 5% better than what Rusev is at.
Yeah.
And it's not him coming down to Rusev's level. It's him pulling them up through his actions.
Yep.
And it's like, here's where I'm at. I'm bringing you up to and I'm just good enough to take you out today.
And plus, on top of that, just as I suspected, Rusev loses because of Aiden English.
Christ.
I mean, it was completely predictable. But that's the one thing that worries me about this whole thing.
Mhm.
Is that they didn't treat it like Jinder, and now, say what you want about Jinder. He got that one chance, took it, ran with it.
Right.
He won the championship, and he was champion for 5-6 months until he lost it to AJ.
It's a good long time.
He had a decent run,
Mm-hmm.
and he was hated. I worry that this was Rusev's only chance.
Well, Rusev wasn't where they want him to be.
I hope and assume that's why. And you have that out of English costing it.
Is he face? Is he heel?
Yeah, I don't know.
They're still got that we want to book him heelish,
Mm-hmm.
but so I think he's getting that weird curse of success.
Yeah.
Hey, he's over with the crowd. Should we give him a little bit of a push? Should we pull the trigger on this guy? No, he's over enough that he doesn't need it. Let him get over on his own.
Yeah.
Let him ride that wave. He doesn't need a championship to elevate him,
Yeah.
and he's not going to elevate the championship from where it's at now.
Right.
So it's like, I'm sorry, you're doing just too good for us to give you to steal a phrase, strap a rocket to you.
Yeah.
Because you don't need it. You're climbing on your own. So it's like, okay, I'll keep climbing.
Yeah. Well,
And you know what? When those climbs are done, naturally, those are the best ever. But yeah, it still sucks when it's like, oh, I had my chance, and okay.
I mean, if he can continue with the good to great matches, then it doesn't matter. People continue to clamor.
I just want him to full on old school Hogan promo it. What you gonna do when Rusev Day runs wild on you?
Did you see? I don't know if this happened after last week.
Huh.
There's an official Rusev Day in Knox County now.
Of course, in Knox County.
Mhm.
Does that happen to be where a certain? Oh, for Christ's sake! Of
A
course.
certain
it is.
man from hell is running for mayor.
So there's a potential.
Uh-huh.
There's enough cities in the United States, because let's just keep it to the United States here.
Okay.
That between 365 cities, we could potentially have Rusev Day every day.
Yeah. It's been almost a year since that was a thing, I think, too.
Like wherever they're going each week, try to get like, can we please have a Rusev Day here first? Unofficial, just today, and we'll mark it on the calendar forever and ever. You don't have to make it official. Just say it's Mayor. Could you please?
Because
And then fill out the rest of the calendar.
it was after SummerSlam, right? That it became a thing because him and Orton had the disappointing match at SummerSlam, and then the rematch where Rusev decided it was Rusev Day the next week. So I mean, we're coming up on a year of Rusev Day.
God, when it was the, and you know what? I love. Nobody does a promo package like WWE does, and the fact this is a WWE Championship match means they're gonna roll out
Got
the
some
whole
love.
package thing.
Yep.
And they're showing like specific dates in Rusev history.
Yeah.
And then it's in a calendar that says Rusev Day on all of them.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, I
Yeah.
love seeing anybody, especially somebody new, getting a package treatment, because
Yeah.
when you get that first one, when it's the championship program, you're not just getting the program, you're getting this character's introduction as a package.
Yeah.
And it was good.
It really was.
It was good.
outstanding. Now, so Styles retains.
Mhm.
Again, Rusev has his best match to date. So, I mean, there's positives here.
Oh, like trying to put on the Accolade, but the knee wouldn't hold.
Yeah.
Like selling throughout the match. It's
Selling
that
the
next
calf
level.
crusher,
This
yeah.
is again AJ elevating to somebody just below where he's at, and everything about it, and like just still trying to follow through with a half of a Accolade. I guess you'd call that an ACA. But I don't like it either. You're right. I'll shut up now. Fantastic.
Now
My
The s-
SmackDown.
the story on SmackDown.
He's on SmackDown.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. The story is
Oh, his new shirts suck, by the way.
English comes out, or doesn't even come out. He meets with Lana and is like, "Hey, look, I'm sorry. I really wish that didn't happen." And
Lana is best. Lana #1. Thank you.
I'm curious to where they're going because Paige has a big announcement next week for Styles' opponent at SummerSlam. And there's no leads. Like it could be anyone. Like I don't know, Rey Mysterio. I mean, it'd be interesting.
Okay. You know what? Ray deserves something just from having to be 30 that one year. from the goddamn like, hey, we're excited for Daniel Bryan to be. What?
I mean, if they're just trying to pad his numbers at this point, then that's perfect because that's a big main event thing. That'll be fun. Ray doesn't need the win. AJ can win. His reign goes longer, and then you start throwing him up against the heels after SummerSlam.
And Ray was one of those guys that would like carry SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Ray, Taker,
yeah, and
Edge.
now that SmackDown is like becoming the A show and going to get the A show treatment when it splits off, I'd like to see him get it due. You know, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at that. It would be a big show, big fight feel, and maybe maybe we could actually get a WWE match to main event something, huh?
Yeah,
Not at SummerSlam. Sorry.
not at SummerSlam. At least as Samoa Joe. We had mentioned Joe. I mean, projecting right now where Joe is. I mean, it really just takes a win, but I mean, it's going to be an announcement. That's what leads me to believe like Paige is making an announcement.
Right.
I mean, she's already decided, right? There's not going to be like some match for Joe to win. There's not like
Could be. I mean, it could be. Well,
she could.
we're going into one of the big four. They usually like to set those cards out pretty far out so they can have the build into them.
Right.
But with a little length of time, how many weeks we got? Do you know offhand? Are we
think
talking
it's the
4 or are we
19th.
talking like 6?
So I think it's 4.
4 is a little close.
Yeah.
But hey, if we're talking like 5 or 6, that's when you can talk, hey, tournament type deal.
Right.
Which is exactly what they're doing over on Raw, which is also kind of sometimes predictable, but I don't know. We'll see. Or it very well could be we're having a battle royal later on in the evening. Hey, we haven't seen one of those in a minute. Hey, we're not in Saudi Arabia. Ooh, he said SummerSlam is like 4 weeks.
I think the 19th, August 19th,
Okay, when's that Sydney show?
October 6th, I think.
Okay, so that's still a long way away.
Yeah, that's a minute.
Okay, they'll probably fit one more pay-per-view in between.
Yeah, I think
All
they
right.
want to sell our Night of Champions, one of those.
Right.
We'll see.
Okay. Night of Champions, good theme.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Every championship defended.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we actually get to see the cruiserweights. Cool.
Yeah. Because
They'll be on the pre-show, but we get to see them for Christ's sake.
and then the main event of the evening, and this made me so happy
Yeah.
that it was Ziggler and Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship Iron Man match, 30-minute Iron Man match. I was ecstatic.
I get a little shaky when an Iron Man match is only 30 minutes.
Yeah,
But
given the way
they
this
did a lot of shit in 30 minutes, dude.
firstly, and secondly, considering the way the crowd reacted at 30 minutes, there's no way they would have made an hour.
Dude.
What are you doing, Pittsburgh?
Dude.
What are you doing?
This took away from the match
Absolutely.
that they started counting with the clock.
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
And then they took the clock down, and you heard the crowd go, boo.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, 30-minute Iron Man match is happening in the ring.
With two, like,
And fantastic storytelling through it. The hey, you take the disqualification loss to get 2 back right away.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It was great psychology using the match match dynamic.
I saw somebody bitching that Iron Man match and there was a disqualification in there. It's always been a rule.
Is it a win?
It's always been a rule. You just hadn't seen it happen. This was a great spot for it to happen because the story is going to be Rollins and Drew, clearly, right?
Yeah, can be.
Most likely.
Yeah,
If you look at television projection, it's likely going to be Rollins and Drew.
fair enough.
And even if it isn't, Drew is imposing, and he's there at ringside.
Ooh.
You use him.
And then, like the promo the next night was like, I keep getting the feeling they're like, okay, Drew, this is what we're gonna do with you, okay? So we're gonna give you a mic and go talk about doing that thing. I'm gonna do more.
God, he's great.
and
I
then he
love
gets to the
him.
back and they're like, dude, what'd you do? And then his answer is, whatever the hell I want.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And that's why I love him, because that's the thing I've been saying all along is people keep bitching and moaning about the writers. At some point, the performers have to just go out and do.
Yeah.
And when it works,
He doesn't necessarily. You don't have to go against the writers,
Right.
but embrace it 1,000%.
Yeah.
And
Crush.
what you have, where you control your destiny, is your portrayal of that character.
Yeah.
Do it good
Yeah.
or half-ass it and get forgotten.
And Vince, he's trying to make money. He's a businessman. If you go out there and crush it, at some point, it's why they couldn't deny Dan O'Brien.
Kona Crush.
It's it's why he couldn't deny Dan O'Brien. Dan O'Brien started making him money. It's like, okay, well, we got to go with this guy.
Mhm.
Drew's gonna start making him money.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to deny it because he's going out there and doing. And at some point, you can't complain about the writers. You just go and do.
Mhm.
Anywho, within like the first 2 minutes, the crowd is doing that.
Yeah.
And yet, you want to complain constantly about getting Reigns in the main event. We don't have Reigns in the main event. He's not in the main event. It's Rollins, the guy that we all love. Rollins is in the main event. We love this guy.
Dude,
He's on fire right now
burn it down.
against the other guy that everybody claims that they love, Dolph Ziggler, with the guy that also internet darling, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
What's not to like about this match?
Let's see.
Why are you calling it boring? Because that was everybody's response online. Well, of course they were watching this boring match. What if you would have gotten that full hour Iron Man
those
match?
same people that say boring are the same people that'll like laud New Japan but then never watch the matches.
Yeah.
And like, cool, it was like a 35-minute match. Did you watch it? No. You watched the highlights, you watched the closing 2 minutes, and you almost lost your attention in that last 2 minutes, didn't you?
Yeah.
But they told an amazing story, and it was fantastic. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
But you as a person, you're wrong.
Yeah.
So, enjoy a longer form of storytelling.
And
It's okay, because it's something different than you're getting elsewhere in the match.
for the record, a main event is likely to be somewhere around 30 minutes anyway.
Mm-hmm.
This just had that pinned to it because it was an Iron Man match.
You know what? That may have been.
But where else do you put it?
Oh no, I'm not saying you put it anywhere else.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If
I'm not saying
that's-
it's bad on the card. I'm saying just that format of match with short attention span, blam 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 blam, rapid fire. We want more now. They're not ready for. They overlook the more now that they're getting in the ring because they're concentrating on the 30-minute time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's where they're doing.
Well, and then
Where
everybody
they're doing.
everybody started bitching about, ooh, so many falls and blah, blah, blah. Like you pointed out earlier.
Because it was you have to rest that you're having to wrestle that different style.
Yeah.
You give up like they've been Iron Man matches in the past where it's like, oh shit, I'm in a submission. Do I fight and injure myself to get out of this, or do I tap and give up the one so I can get ready for the next one?
Yeah. Well, and like you said, the chess match is Dolph has to give up the one because Drew came in and
Lays ever living waste to the man.
yeah. So you give up the one in order for him to be in control and
Yeah.
come back from the 4-0 deficit.
Mhm.
I don't see the problem in that. I think that's great storytelling.
Yeah. And it wasn't trades back and forth, man.
No. I don't.
Do you want 1-1-1-1-1-1? Oh, tie. Win with 2 seconds left. No, you don't.
Overbooked. I don't understand anymore, man.
If they give you a whole lot, you're going to get people that say it's overbooked. You give them nothing, and it ends up being a 1-0 at 30 minutes. What kind of Iron Man match is that? After blah, blah, blah.
It's a lose-lose situation, and this is why we don't get the things that we love. This is that saying.
Because those are the
This
most
is why we
vocal
can't have
a-holes.
nice. Yeah, this is why we can't have nice
nice
things. Because you guys care more about the clock counting down. Come on, man. You're getting Ziggler and Rollins in the main event for the Intercontinental Championship.
I get the feeling now that the vast majority of people that go to the shows don't like wrestling.
They must not, dude.
The people that like wrestling go to NXT shows.
Yeah.
And they're good, and and the bad ones get scolded.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a feeling the people that go to the more main event type things are people that are there for the like, not so much the pageantry of it, but they go there as an event to be there. You've seen the guys, because we've talked about these guys before, that'll go there and it's like, you got a goddamn show, you're on your goddamn cell phone,
Yeah.
and you're just not paying attention to anything, or you're taking pictures of yourself, or you're enjoying the event. You're enjoying you being there because it's about you.
Yeah.
And that's not who we want there, but
I'm
cool.
getting-
You had more money than the next person,
Yeah.
and you shelled it out, and there you go. You got the cool thing.
And here's the thing that
I almost respected more the early matches in the Saudi Arabia thing when it was like, it's pretty empty there, because they're not going to show up. Because they at least had the decency to say, I'm not going to show up and be an asshole. I'm just going to show up later when I want to, when the big stuff's happening. I can respect that a little bit more than I'm going to make. Well, I guess I'll just make this about me now.
I thought for
Do you do that in a movie theater? Like, okay, I'm sorry.
I thought for sure that we were doing like the 4-hour thing, and because that would be the complaint, is it's so long. But we finished like 10:45, like, so it was like 3 and some change.
Yeah.
I guess with the pre-show, they've been there probably like 5 hours, which okay.
I hope they keep mixing up those lengths too. Sometimes I want it to be tight. Sometimes I want it to be short. I would love it if it was short one night. And sometimes they can go long, and I'm cool.
It's so
Mix it up.
weird that like I can
What the story
understand.
demands.
I can understand the backlash at Backlash when it's Joe and Roman, and why you're turning on that match like almost immediately. I can sort of understand that. I don't understand this at all. You didn't even give the match a chance.
I think you hit on it, man. With the whole, if it's like 5 hours,
Yeah.
people are too dumb to allow
it's the main
themselves to
event.
be entertained at
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
we've been to the live events where it's like you get wore out,
Mhm.
but man, know what you're going into,
Yeah.
and if you're not gonna be into it, don't go
Don't
do it.
go, man.
Just stay at home and watch in your own time. It's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to be there for you, but I
I'm
feel
getting
like
tired of
the vast majority of people that go want to go there for themselves.
I'm gonna be vocal, man. I don't like the product. I'm gonna be vocal about it.
Cool.
They still got your money. Firstly,
But then, yeah, it's like, do we want to cater to those people? Because they are shelling out the money to do it, and the dollar is what, again, you're victimized by your own success. You're
Here's-
doing better, so you're drawing in different people
I'm
at a
getting
different
tired of-
monetary level. It's like, I want good fans to get there, but at the same time, who gets to dictate that? The person who's the better fan? The one that shells out the more money, or the one that cheers and goes nuts but doesn't spend money and buy the shirts? You know, it's weird. Who do you cater to? As a business, you got to go for the money, but as an art, you want to go for the people that appreciate.
Yeah.
But you have to find a balance between the two to be successful and be creatively satisfying to oneself. So we're always going to be pissy at them.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'm getting tired of they spent their money so they can do whatever they want. I'm getting tired of that because, number one, you're ruining it for whoever else is in the building with you. And it's not about you.
I will absolutely cede that point to you. Yes, sir.
We are grown men
Yeah.
who watch wrestling. You are a grown man who just paid money to go watch a pay-per-view, and you're ruining it for that kid. You're ruining it for kids, man.
Can just all audiences be Japanese from here on out?
You know, so you ruined it. You ruined
Can
it.
he?
You ruined it for the people. It was so bad that you ruined it for people at home too, which I try not to let it get to me.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. And they weren't that bad that night, other than that spot, the spot.
Well, they were also tired. It's just like I'm trying to play devil's advocate.
Yeah,
Why were dumps?
but it's
I got no excuse for you online.
It's Ziggler and Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. It's the thing that we've been saying. Man, I wish the Intercontinental Championship would main event a pay-per-view.
Here you go.
Cool, you got it. 10, 9, 8. And I'm willing to concede, maybe like the 30th minute, 29th minute, the first couple. Haha, okay, cool. They're having fun, Michael.
I got ladders. Christ almighty.
Or even maybe the last minute, as you're getting ready for the match to be over 10, 9. Okay,
No,
that's
I'm
fun, I get it.
absolutely. That's at a great place. They can kind of build excitement.
But every minute,
They were entertaining themselves.
but there's entertainment in the ring right now.
Yeah, but
Ziggler and Rollins
it was also
in the main event for the
their-
Intercontinental Championship.
their attention spans. The average American consumer of entertainment is not conditioned to enjoy more long form things at this point.
It's so aggravating, man.
I mean,
is
not
so
not trying to not trying to like bag on superhero movies or whatnot because I enjoy them myself.
Yeah.
But you got scene after scene after action, bright colors and flashy
2 hours,
garbage
40
happening all the
minutes.
time.
Yeah.
And 2 hours and 40 minutes, but it's stuff happening at a pace that's crazy. And occasionally you get good stuff added in there, but then you go back, it's like, oh shit, what happened? Because the storytelling is kind of all over the place because it's making way for all the action because you got to hold them. Got to hold them.
yeah.
Push the product, push the characters, push the product, push the characters. And wrestling could be that way, but is it truer art at that point? Where's the line between money and art, dude?
I'm willing to accept the fact that they were bored the whole show, that the
Cool.
show was awful.
Cool, don't come to the next one.
Well, okay,
Mhm.
here's the main event with 2 dudes you want to see in the main event wrestling for a championship that you want to see. So, like, enjoy it. It's the main.
Here's how I look at just life in general, Justin. You're going to get some weird, artificially deep garbage from me here.
Okay.
A moment's what you make of it, and that even comes as a consumer of an art.
Guy likes to see homos naked. Whatever.
Happens. What?
Hmm?
Okay. You can choose to be entertained, and you can choose to be appreciative and entertained
Very
by a certain
appreciative.
thing. So when they go in there and they decide to
Important
entertain
things.
themselves, you have something in front of you that you can choose to
Yeah, I
actively.
do.
You could choose to actively engage and be a part of it.
Right.
And okay, you throw me off. Whatever I was saying, whatever bullshit I was spewing, dude. You're right. Liv Morgan is a very attractive woman. I hope you guys make each other happy. I hope you make her as happy as she has made you. And I got a feeling you're a good dude, and you're making the most in a healthy way of your horrible obsession. Good for you.
Obsession.
But you could choose to allow yourself to be entertained. The whole point of wrestling is suspending disbelief
Yeah.
and going in and enjoying it. So as a fan, you have that opportunity. You don't get this anywhere else. This is a unique experience. You get the opportunity to suspend everything else about your life and choose to engage and enjoy. And it can be a wonderful experience. If you're sitting in the back corner at a SmackDown live, yes, and enjoying yourself, kind of being an a-hole, but the only people you're pissing off are the people that are deciding to not enjoy.
Yeah.
They're active. There's so many people that are actively jaded and actively choose to not enjoy,
Yeah.
and those are the people that end up having to be catered to by fast-paced all the time. Slow down and try to enjoy.
Ziggler and Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship in the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
It was good.
It was good, and it could have been great.
Mm.
Can you imagine? I hate to let the crowd take away from it. I hate giving them so much power.
I enjoyed the match regardless.
Totally.
Mhm.
But can you imagine the feeling if the crowd would have been right?
It's as though I want to say to them individually, come on, man. you can have a better time than you're having right now. All you gotta do is let go and enjoy. All
This-
you have to do is let go of those inhibitions. Because this is the thing. I always go in a little too uptight to the events.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point, I'm like, I don't want to be a jerk. Let's enjoy this. Boo. You get to boo another human being,
Yeah.
and it's okay.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that in your regular life. And if you do, you're an asshole. This is a chance where you get to let loose and just be and enjoy and be a part of it. Don't make it about you. Be a part of what the product they're bringing to you. You don't get that in any other form of entertainment.
Yeah.
Maybe like a live band, you can be in the moment, but everybody gets so jaded at those things.
Yeah.
I was talking about that. Okay, so we got to talk also about the fruit thing. Okay.
Yeah.
We were at a
Still
show.
have somehow not gotten an invite to that. I don't
you,
understand how.
You will, don't worry.
Yeah, I know, but like, how am I not like one of the first? I don't understand.
I don't either. You sons
I don't get it.
turning me on them, I tell you. But we were at that show one time, that band. We won't mention their name until they invite you.
Okay.
And I saw you just say, I'm going to just enjoy this.
Yeah.
And you walked up in front of the stage like, kind of, I don't know if you were dancing, I want to call it that. And it made it okay for me to go out there and be like, yeah, I'm just going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
You know what? And had a hell of a time just because of that. You showed me that you can enjoy if you let yourself.
Yeah.
Why don't you try and enjoy it? Come on, baby. I can't do it.
Share, baby, share.
No.
Why don't you lie on the side of the pool and play with your coconuts for a little bit, baby?
No. Just watch wrestling and play with your.
Can you like not post pictures anymore?
Huh? What did I do?
Stop posting pictures.
Did I post a picture?
No, that ghoul.
Okay.
I know I didn't really lose you.
Well, that dude is like more than welcome to grab his bottle of lube at any of my pictures and enjoy. If that's what he wants and that's what he needs, by all means.
Makes me so happy.
I can say with 100% accuracy here
Mhm.
that you have not touched yourself to Liv Morgan. And you know what? That makes you a better person.
You're right.
Thank
Not that we needed to talk about that, but you're right. I haven't.
Thank you, Justin, for that.
Just a little. All right, look. So Extreme Rules, decent pay-per-view, should not have been called Extreme Rules.
Call it anything else.
Call it just about anything else, and it works.
Hey, goddamn wrestling. You know what I would
Great
love?
Balls of Fire.
Goddamn wrestling.
Call it Great Balls of Fire, and I'm in. Again, like it wasn't bad. There was nothing bad here. It didn't live up to that name, and it just was like, like nothing felt like it mattered, I guess. So like I didn't get that feeling of afterwards. I just kind of
Okay.
got pay-per-view.
Takeaways from the show. What ends up mattering?
Drew.
I think Drew.
Drew
I think-
matters greatly.
I think direction of both Lashley and Roman, especially Lashley. I care about Lashley,
Dolph
which is
Ziggler.
kind of nice. Dolph
a
Ziggler,
player.
a main event player. We got the promo the next night from Drew. This gets back to Drew of the Phase 1 complete. We maintained Dolph as it wasn't a split, but it's following kind of that New Day model of we can be singles stars and we're gonna be.
Yeah.
And I have aspirations. Fantastic.
And I didn't mention this, but on the pre-show, Dolph comes out and goes, I am kind of like the champion of Raw because, prove it. Like the other guy's not here.
Yeah.
So like I'm kind of a big deal. So
Kind of a big deal.
prove me wrong.
So if those are the takeaways from the evening, I'm okay with that.
Rusev is a player.
What
Heyo.
What up? Yeah. AJ taking the so much legitimacy to the WWE title, and Intercontinental title getting legitimacy, and Nakamura getting some a man that's going to benefit the title, and the title's going to benefit him.
Mhm.
Those are some good takeaways for the
Yeah.
evening.
Yeah, I mean, again,
If that's what we get out of it, that's okay.
nothing bad. It was an okay pay-per-view.
Mhm.
I enjoyed watching it, but I didn't get that feeling of
When we get to the ends of our summaries, those are the things that I want. What are the big takeaways from the show? And if those are our takeaways, those are okay.
All right, so
What are you doing?
Hulk Hogan,
All right, here it comes.
because we'll end the show with this before we got to go.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan reinstated into the Hall of Fame. It's been what 3-4 years.
Mhm.
So I suppose the time's right. If he really feels like he's atoned for what he did, And of course, with this, the black wrestlers of WWE have been getting bombarded with, how do you feel about Hogan? How do you feel about Hogan? How do you feel about Hogan? Because, I mean,
Take a stand. We demand to know. We're going to be outraged one way or the other. You're going to piss off a lot of people.
Yeah.
And,
So I want to go. I want to start with Titus's first because
really? Okay.
number one, Titus follows me on the Twitter. This dude he's pure class.
He
Titus
just-
O'Neil is pure class.
He just wants to be a spokesman for good and righteousness in the world. And he's so he's another one of those, like, I get a feeling he gets, like, really excited. Like the whole Rusev big dog. Like, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I got the feeling Titus is that way, too.
Uh-huh.
And it's weirdly infectious, and it's awesome.
Do you know why he follows me?
Why does he follow you?
Because the first house show I went to, I saw him shaking hands afterwards,
Mhm.
and I noticed him, and I tweeted him, "I saw you, man. I see you. I see you for who you are."
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Thanks, man." Followed me back, followed me back. He's a good dude, and
He's doing that little work.
he's doing the little work that goes a long, long way.
You make lifelong fans one at a time, man.
And so it's just seeing him do that made me appreciate him so much more.
Had that fateful night when Dolph Ziggler yelled at you in a Hooters parking lot and kicked you in the face.
Mhm.
Had he just said, "Thanks, man," would you have a very different attitude for him?
Yes.
And would you have been so proud and so happy and been like, "Oh man, I
Right.
shook that dude's hand in a Hooters parking lot."
Yeah.
Right
That's
before,
all. At
right before my
worst,
friend's pants exploded and I saw his wiener.
at worst, that's what I would have wanted is a handshake. But really, all I wanted to do was tell him great match,
Mhm.
and it would have been nice to hear a thank you instead of a
Now,
shrugging me off.
and again, you don't feel entitled to any of that thing.
No.
But you very definitively got, "Okay, kid, whatever."
Yeah.
And then he yelled at you and he spit on you and said, and then he said, like, he like disparaged your children. It's like, Jesus, dude, you haven't even, they're not even here.
Going deep on this. What is
It's
your
terrible.
problem? So Titus is he's just a class act.
A class act is a fantastic way to put it.
He responds with this. To my gracious fans in the WWE universe, the reports and rumors concerning my boycotting Extreme Rules in Pittsburgh is false and inaccurate. I was not scheduled to attend or be a participant in the Extreme Rules match production and was otherwise not booked for the show. The talent present in Pittsburgh, which I was a part of, was asked to attend a mandatory meeting in which Mr. Terry Bollea addressed everyone and informed the same that he would be reinstated into the WWE Hall of Fame. At no point during, after, or otherwise did I make any scene concerning Mr. Bollea's communication to the talent. In addition, let it be known that I did not refuse to shake Mr. Bollea's hand. We did not have any type of one-on-one interaction whatsoever that would or did necessitate any exchange between us individually. As to the written statement of Mr. Bollea, I can only communicate that I am a proponent of second and even third chances. Where's the X? Oh, okay. So I don't have the second part unless you happen to have it.
Oh, I can pull it up. Boop, 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 boop.
I thought I had done this right, and I clearly did not.
Nope, that's the New Days. Titus's official statement. I got you, Ben.
Got it? And I'll pull up New Days.
Where did you leave off at?
At the very end of the first one, second chances 4.
As to the reinstatement of Mr. Bollea, I can only communicate that I am a proponent of second and even third chances for individuals that show true remorse, acknowledgement of wrongdoing, fulfill their punishment if applicable, and otherwise put forth sincere efforts to correct the issues. Unfortunately, I must echo the sentiment and dissatisfaction expressed by many of my fellow contemporaries concerning Mr. Bollea's apology and its lack of true contrition, remorse, and a desire to change. Mr. Bollea's apology, quote, that he didn't know he was being recorded, unquote, is not remorse for the hateful and violent utterances he made, which reprise language that has caused violence against blacks and minorities for centuries. I stand firm in my position that Mr. Bollea is entitled to reinstatement. He was and is a role model, hero, and icon to countless people. I hope that Mr. Bollea's missteps in communicating to the WWE talent in Pittsburgh are not repeated to his fans, and I expect that he shall pursue an agenda that clearly communicates to all third parties that his language is inappropriate, wrong, and should not be tolerated in a civilized and inclusive society. As a father of 2 young black men, I have spent their entire life and the majority of my adult life with a singular focus, being a role model for my children and young black boys and girls. I take tremendous pride in my charity work and the community outreach programs that I have fostered via the platform I have been given. I teach my sons love and tolerance for everybody, and I also teach them to operate in truth and respect. I hope this clears up any confusion. I, like the New Day, will continue to use my platform to positively affect, entertain, embrace, celebrate, and love people from all backgrounds, both inside and outside of the WWE Universe. Sincerely, Thaddeus Bullard, a.k.a. WWE Superstar Titus O'Neil.
What a guy.
Yeah, and
It's class.
it was very... it's a shame that he had to come out and make that statement because there were early reports. He's boycotting. He's, Titus do a fit because they had Hulk Hogan back there. He's the sentiment of those early reports were like, he's acting like he's acting like a goddamn maniac because blah blah blah, and he's so angry and he's overreacting and stuff. It's like, cool, you're passing judgment on actions that never occurred. So you're looking into his insight for things based on things that he didn't do, and it's fantastic. And the New Day, this was after the New Day's initial response.
Right.
The New Day's reaction to it was, I feel absolutely pitch perfect.
To the WWE, this is from Kofi, and I assume they must have been on the road together, and they put it out as essentially a joint statement from the New Day.
And now a statement from the New Day.
Boom, bum, 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 bum. To the WWE Universe and whoever else it may concern, this will be the only statement we will make regarding Hogan's reinstatement into WWE's Hall of Fame. We do not wish to spend the energy debating the point because between our kids, our external ventures, and this job, our energy is spread thin enough already.
Lol.
We are only writing this simply to provide an answer to the many who have bombarded us with questions on where we stand on the issue. We preface this statement by emphasizing that this is our own opinion and may not necessarily reflect the opinion of anyone else affected. How do we feel? Indifferent. We are not happy or sad, angry or resentful. Who WWE puts into the Hall of Fame is totally and completely up to the company, and from a career standpoint, there is no argument on whether or not Hogan achieved our current...
should have his place.
Yep.
We have no problem with his reinduction in the slightest degree. It is impossible to even begin to mention the history and evolution of the business without mentioning his name and accolades. Continue.
On a personal level, when someone makes racist and hateful comments about any race or group of people, especially to the degree that Hogan made about our people, we find it difficult to simply forget, regardless of how long ago it was or the situation in which those comments were made. But we also do not respond with more feelings of hate. Instead, we just do not associate with the people who convey or have conveyed this negative and hurtful mindset. This instance will be no different. Perhaps if we see him make a genuine effort to change, then maybe our opinion will change with him. Time will tell. Through the course of our lives, people have used racist comments towards us, and it doesn't feel good. But if we stop moving forward every time we were met with prejudicial hatred, I've never actually seen that word, never had to say it, then we would have never achieved our current accomplishments. We know we are worth it, we know our kids are worth it, and most importantly, we know that people that look like us are worth it and always have been. There isn't a person on this planet who will ever be able to say anything to make us think otherwise because we believe in ourselves as a people and don't need anyone's approval on that, regardless of who they are. Having said that, his reinstatement won't change anything for us. It will have zero effect on our ability to perform or the level of effort we will put into doing what we love to do, and that is to deliver an entertaining product each week for our fan base. Sincerely, the New Day. And I love this tag. Never trade your authenticity for approval. Class.
And it's fantastic sentiment and statement. First of all, I gotta commend both of those statements for correct uses and spellings of effect and effect. This pleases me. Pitch perfect in an era where everybody has to take a side. They're saying, no, we don't.
No, we don't.
And in fact, the strongest thing we can do is marginalize that person's effect in our life.
Yeah.
Like, cool. This is the 3-page equivalent of neat, dude.
Yeah. There's no denying Hogan belongs in the Hall of Fame. You can't dispute that fact. But
he's important for the business.
he has shown zero Like he doesn't care what he said. Like
It's the I'm sorry I got caught,
yeah,
and right up there with the if you were offended,
yeah,
I apologize.
Nah, man.
It's putting it on anybody except there's no, like Titus said it best. There's no contrition,
yeah.
and I feel Titus is a little more worked up about it. But again, I think his view is a little tempered by the New Day's response of the best thing you could do is marginalize them.
Mhm.
Don't give them power. Don't
Yeah.
give them credence. Don't give, and more importantly, don't give them your time.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. Neat dude.
For my most favorite people, the New Day, Titus O'Neil.
Mhm.
You know, Titus may not be one of my favorite performers, but he's good people,
Yeah.
and that is somebody I want to throw my support behind.
Just be genuine.
Just be genuine.
It's not hard to do.
And Hogan, you have this chance to come back and make it right,
And
and do so.
and again, like you see it here in the statements, it's not over.
Right.
And that's a beautiful thing of that statement. You're not having to pick a side. New
Yeah.
Day isn't picking a side. They're saying our opinions of you right now are no opinion,
Yeah.
and that can change, and that can change with you and your actions. So,
Do the right thing.
hey, man, be a man, Hogan.
Be a man, Hogan. Be a good person. Man.
I'm glad to see him getting an opportunity to have some contrition.
Yeah. And I hope he does, because that's a big voice.
The only way people get better is if they get an opportunity to try to be better.
Yeah. That's a big voice to
Mm-hmm.
be able to put out there that, hey, man, what I did was like really, really wrong.
Yeah.
And, maybe some people
And he's an
stop
old,
being so tone deaf.
and this like plays true in every every argument that people decide to have online for some reason. Like
GIF
some
and GIF.
sometimes the best response to something is no response
Mm.
or a level of indifference. And in that you take the piss out of that argument and you don't waste your energy and time on it. And it's a wonderful sometimes the best thing you can do is just disassociate.
Mm.
Let people burn themselves out, and they will.
Well,
I
I
could
think we're
keep
gonna.
talking on that forever and ever. Sorry.
I think that we're gonna skip. I mean, do we have anything else that we can run down? Like any quick news?
You know what? We didn't really hit a lot of other things, but everybody kind of got out of the week for. Still wishing the best for Takahashi.
Yeah.
With his neck injury, there hasn't been any more statements from New Japan on it, but he's home now, and it's we haven't heard bad news, and that's hopefully good. The only other thing I really saw, Austin Aries, we respect the man, yes.
Yeah.
He's gone over to Impact, and he's coming out and saying statements. Hey, man, this is a different Impact than because you and I have both been having that inkling of, hey, man, maybe we should check it out.
Yeah.
We're
haven't
very
done
inundated
it.
with a lot of wrestling, but you got Austin Aries, who's an opinion you cannot ignore,
Mm-hmm.
saying this is a different company than when I was here before, and
Yeah.
it's good. Y'all should pay attention.
Leslie said something about that last week
Yeah?
because I said something about the stink being off it, and she was like, "Well, but you're not watching." She's right. So the stink isn't technically gone,
You letting the air clear a little bit, man.
but I actually have intrigue.
Uh-huh.
They've actually got me to a point where I want to watch, and
What
I
the
just
hell's
haven't
happening
yet.
over there?
So
You know what's something something I haven't dug into that I keep seeing pop up in various feeds and recommendations that I haven't jumped into yet, but I may between now and next week. Rosemary and Allie have like a weird YouTube show where they just kind of hang out and be weird together.
yeah,
I know nothing.
Demon Bunny.
I know zero about it. Zero. But it's popped up enough in my it's popped up enough on my radar that I'm like, I might need to check this out. That's all. That's all. Not even a news bit, but it's like, hey, here's something Nathan needs to check out.
Oh man. I think
There you
it's-
go.
Yeah, we've
There's just some WWE news.
woo. We blew through that.
Dude.
We still cleared 2 hours, even after going on late.
Hey, the last they're telling us we got to go. What the hell's going up with the UFC WWE potential crossover stuff?
Yeah, I know. 'Cause
Daniel,
even Paul said something about that on Monday.
yeah, don't you want Brock representing WWE when he goes there and whips ass and being a two-time champ? And everybody's like, we don't know, we're scared. And that's been the general reaction. It's like, Nothing's happened. Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
But the general reaction is, what the hell is going on?
Brock's been cleared to fight in January.
Good
in
for
the
him.
UFC, so
Weird, man.
yeah.
Hey, all right, we're hashtag WrestlePals. Thank you for watching.
Woo!
If you want to throw some support behind us,
Liv just tweeted.
I'm sure she did. I'm sure you get that notification.
I did.
If you dig us, you want to support us, you want to support this show and see more weird garbage like this, it's a bad sell, right? Patreon.com/ohhijustin. That's this dude right over here. And if you want to see, if you want to get the audio format, check out iTunes is the best place to go for it. Search for hashtag WrestlePals. We're there. You want a back catalog for the video format, YouTube is the best place for that. Search, spell it out, hashtag WrestlePals.
That's right,
If
baby.
you want to just keep up with us, man, Facebook, WrestlePals VA. And go there, stuff pops up. It's weird. It's like magic. I don't know where it comes from.
Coming soon. Hashtag WrestlePals. Hashtag WrestleParty. Talk
for
about it.
Christ's sake.
Awesome.
Probably. I'll fight you kicking and screaming, and then it'll be like, that was a great idea.
Well, here's the thing.
I know.
I'm doing it whether you're in or not.
I know you are.
So hopefully you're in.
So if you want to get in touch with us individually, Justin is easy to find. Twitter,
Yes.
a very active place. He's on there stalking Liv Morgan right now.
Stop.
And I'm sorry. Will you stop? Sure. At the Hulkster on Twitter. Check him out. Stalk him. Show him what it's like. Yeah. He's waving at his goddamn phone. At the Hulkster on Twitter. Go there, check him out. Or you put hashtag WrestlePals on anything, he'll find it. It's weird. If you want to bother me, at the Nate Project on Twitter. Go ahead, tweet. I don't care. Hold
I'll
on.
tweet you later.
Hold on. He's gonna do his bit.
I gotta do my bit. I'm not Bay yet, but I'm one step closer.
Weirdly, it is. Weirdly, he is. At the Hulkster on Twitter. At the Nate Project on Twitter. Don't tweet me. Tweet him. He responds. Me, not so much.
I'll tweet you.
I know you will.
I will as soon as the show's
I'll
over.
tweet you back.
All right.
How about that?
You won't.
God damn, Justin. Savage, honest Justin. Weird.
Also happy.
Good lord. Patreon.com/ohhijustin. Go there, see
The
the
pod's
other.
out now.
Go see the other weird stuff he's up to, because he's up to some weird stuff.
Dirty Jack comic eventually. These Ghouls demos and the Oh Hi Justin pod has launched. It's out there.
Good God. Oh, is this where I do the wrap up thing?
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn hashtag WrestlePals.
Boys working overtime, boys. Kings of the South, we never had nothing. Blue collar boys do it with their hands money. They don't want none. They don't want none. They don't want none.
I lost my keys and my little dog is bone. So I pick him up and I'm gonna carry home. But he a mean dog bit me in the spare rib. And I'm take him home, put him in the baby crib. Yeah, I don't know the words to AJ Styles. You know who you are? You're phenomenal. Phenomenal.